Good afternoon. The only league that matters continuous coverage of the Ghana Premier League, and it's match week 25 of the GPL, which we are bringing to you live coverage of the game happening live from the University of Ghana Stadium, where Accra Hearts they are hosting Basake Holy Stars. The Phobians they are chasing the win, something that has been rare in recent times as far as home games is concerned. But for Basake Holy Stars, they themselves they've been managing to grind some results. But how will they fare against the Phobians? The reverse fixture was Accra that won by 2-1. That was in the first round at the Amping AAK Sports Arena. And this time they return home to a place they call a fortress, but then also a place where they hardly get goals. My name is Josiah Okokwe. We are live on Max TV. Also streaming live on YouTube, Max TV, GH. But like I said, it's match week 25. We've already seen 3 games go by on Friday and then also 2 on Saturday. Now let's take a look at the games coming up simultaneously. 6 more games slated for 3 p.m. today. So there you have it, confirmation of the results from games played already on Friday. Nations FC getting a 3-0 win over Basake United FC. That was a pretty much comprehensive performance by Nations FC. Then on Saturday, Vision also defeated Abrikum Chelsea by 3-1. Then Samatex, they had to settle for a frustrating draw. It was in that one against Samatex Dreams FC at the Century Arena. Then today, featured game will be live from the University of Ghana Stadium. Hearts they will be taking on Basake Holy Stars FC. Then Indiana also at the Nanajiman Bedu, the first park in Doba Hinkro, will host 11 Wonders, relegation bound Wonders. You have Kaila United up north, also entertaining Kumasi Asante Kotoko, Young Apostles. They are back to Winchi. They will also host defending champions BBA Gold Stars. Your Minima Sporting Club against Hohoi United FC at the TNA Stadium. Then at the in Bando will be Heart of Lions, also squaring it off against Swedru or Blacks. Interesting games, interesting results so far. Home dominance really a thing in the league in match week 25. 2 home wins already, 1 draw. How many more home wins or even away wins are we going to record in the 6 games, all slated for 3 p.m. later today? Let me welcome you back into the studio of Max TV. There's the live and continuous coverage of the Ghana Premier League. Accra Hearts taking on Basake Holy Stars. I have 2 gentlemen in the studios to help me with the discussion. I have Nanidu to my extreme right, and then also Coach Vincent Abiu sitting just right next to me. Good afternoon, gentlemen.
Afternoon.
And how are we all doing?
Good.
All right. So let's begin with some of the games played. And on Friday, Nations FC coach at home to Basake United. Basake United side that are really struggling. For Nations FC to win by 3-0, that in itself you'd say is a statement win, isn't it?
It is. And I think it was the wrong approach from the coach. He realized both teams were struggling. From the side of Coach Emisa, if you listen to him after the game, he felt he knew the Nations team very well. Because he described them by saying they play a very good first half and they don't do well in the second half. So it means he came into the game not being proactive defensive-wise, tried to get an early goal, and unfortunately for him, he was rather stabbed at the back. Yeah. That early goal came on the side of the path of Nations. They added a second goal and took advantage. I think he went with a 1-week game plan, and it's all, at this time, you must always take advantage of your opponent. So once they come in, there's a weaker aspect of it. You make sure you go. So 3 goals, because mind you, you can imagine how the league table is. Yeah. So watch the number of goals you are conceding and the number of goals you are going to score. You know, I think before this game, Nation had a negative -1 goal.
Goal difference.
So at least with 3 right now, that means you're on the plus side. Yeah. That gives an advantage. Because where we are now, 9 games to go, with the gaps in the team, goal will become something essential, apart from the head-to-head. If it's the same, then we go on goals for, go against. So I think whatever went on in that particular game was as a result of both opponents coming in, and Basake thought they could take advantage and do something against Nations. But Coach Ripomanso had his own plan and finally got that particular win. That win one was against 11 Wonders.
11 Wonders, yeah.
So I think in 2 games, and
6
that
points.
Spectacular goal from Arno. Those 6 points have been very vital, saving the team and scoring. So, just I come back to the point that it means we don't still have a scoring problem. How to score or how to create scorers is rather a problem. Because for nations that is struggling, to be able to give you 6 goals in 2 games, it tells you that once the scoring power, they will be able to score.
Sure. So that was scoring against his former side, and you could see the celebration a bit sober there, trying not to celebrate, but you take nothing away from the goal, Nanidu.
Yeah, brilliant goal from Emmanuel Arno. I think he's the best for the chance coming his way and the goals that he's scoring in the Premier League. Most of his goals has been around the 18-yard box, behind the 18-yard box. So it means he's scoring an important goals for Nations FC. When you look at the league log, at this stage, teams that want to survive in the Premier League, every home game will be like a World Cup final because they really want to get at the point to make sure they survive in the Premier League. So Nations FC, their last home game was a draw game against Dreams FC. 90+8, that is where Dreams FC got their equalizer to make it 1-1 in their game. They went away to 11 Wonders. They won by 2-0. So they needed this particular win to push ahead on the league law. So an important win for Nations is a super game. To score 3 goals at this stage, second one in the Ghana Premier League, means you are doing something right. And it will help you pick up going to next season.
So back-to-back wins for Nations FC. They beat fine performance at home on Friday against Bechim United, putting 3 past them. And the good thing for them is that the attacker, Emmanuel Arno, he scored in all of those wins. He's currently on 9 goals, 2 shy.
When you look at Emmanuel Arno, he has been consistent in the last 3 seasons. He started scoring for Bechim even before he moved to Nations. He has been consistent. This is something that we are struggling to get in the Ghana Premier League. I don't know if our leaders, our technical team of the Blasters, are considering taking the player from the local league, from the striking department to the World Cup. I think Emmanuel Arno qualified much more than any other striker in the local league.
Even Atakumi.
It used to be Albert Amwa. But since Albert Amwa came back to Asante Kotoko, he struggled to rediscover his form that he was having in the Ghana Premier League. Atakumi is not a bad player, but Emmanuel Arno has been consistent in the last 3 seasons. And he has done this for 2 different clubs. At the time he was moving from Bechim United, he was their top scorer. He has come to Nations FC. In the last 2 seasons, he has been their top scorer. So there is consistency on Emmanuel Arno's side. And he's that type of forward that he can play multiple positions, from the left, from the right, behind the main striker, and also at arrowhead. When they went to the Chan team, he was playing ahead of any other striker in the local league. So there is consistency in Emmanuel Arno's side. So if they are considering taking an attacker from our league to the World Cup, personally, at this stage, I think Emmanuel Arno qualified.
Right. Now, that game also followed up on Saturday. 2 more games were played. We moved to...
In terms of... teams are playing, but when you talk of variation, they could do about 3 variations in 90 minutes. Yeah, once you play the game, they could vary the game, change the tempo of the game, control the speed of the game. So, especially in Tema, if you allow them, then you are going to be in trouble. Even the game Mediama won, it was pure experience. But if you should leave the ball down, I think the technical team have done a good job. Look at the ages of the players averagely. I think they are one of the youngest squad in the Ghana Premier League. And if you see the way they play...
They even have 15-year-old player in their squad.
Yes. Goalkeeping, defensive, midfield, attacking. All the 4 departments of the game, all the 3 departments in the game, they are above, more than average. You put on good, like good. That is what they show. Brokum Chelsea will struggle because of few transfers they did. And, when your team is a mid-table team, where you're able to do well and you have proper structure, and you always think you'll be a mid-table team. Mind you, anytime you're a mid-table team, there's that possibility that you'll be dropping when other teams start doing well. So that's exactly what is happening to Chelsea at the moment. So teams that are supposed to pick points against, they are not able to do.
Does it have anything to do with technical or tactical direction? You think technically the coach is not really putting in much, or with his pedigree as a league title winner with Hearts of Oak, you don't question, anything technically?
No, we'll definitely question. We'll definitely question, especially people who know me and how I see coaches in different angles. I always tell you, coaching big teams are quite easy if you have the reading.
Okay.
Coaching Hearts and Kotoko is easy once the players are in shape and you have the reading. The support drive the team in an angle. So once you win a game, the errors don't show. But once you leave those big teams, are showing, and you must come out to be that genius coach. The real, if you take the euphoria of House of Oak and everything out, your real skeleton is now showing. So the real work now is to build that Brekum Chelsea team, and unfortunately, few other guys left the team, and this is where your handwork must show. Sure. So I think Samuel Buildup has come to its original setting in coaching.
Wow.
So the reality will set in when you go to that level, especially when you move from that glorious moment in House of Oak, where you won about 5 trophies.
Yeah.
Everybody is watching with that particular eye. Opponents will also play you at that particular level. Okay. So if it's not the real you and the artificial aspect is taken out of you, you'll definitely be in trouble.
I think it boils down to the transfers. At certain stage that you transfer a lot of players to other clubs, there will be that level that you drop. Yeah. Look at Wafa. They sold about 80% of their players. It got to a stage they have to be relegated. Look at the Gate Olympics. They were struggling in the Premier League. Teams were already talking to their players to move to their respective clubs. Look at what Brekum Chelsea is doing in recent time. In the last 5 years, they've sold a lot of players. Yeah. In the last 3 seasons, it's all about Sibina Mankuna. The goals that they will score in a season, about 40% was coming from one player. That is why Brekum Chelsea was struggling in the Premier League. By 2 continuous seasons, the top scorer has been coming from Brekum Chelsea, Sibina Mankuna. Look at the players we were using. Sapon, Accra, their main captain, Zakaria Fuseni, Lord Amoa, Patrick Asiedu. These are players who were key in Brekum Chelsea's team. This particular season, they are not there. So you can see in the last 3 years, the core players who were driving Brekum Chelsea's team has all left the club. It will get to a season, you cannot replace those players in the same setup. Because other teams would like to improve their squad to compete the same team in the Premier League. And that is what I think is happening to Brekum Chelsea now in our league. Because at home, they are drawing. Away, they are losing. And when you look at the permutation in the Ghana Premier League, last weekend, I said it here, between Brekum Chelsea and Young Apostle, one will be relegated from the Bronx Half side.
Wow. At
the southern side, I said Hoho United and All Blacks, one will be relegated. But it looks like Brekum Chelsea needs to be careful.
Okay.
It will get to a certain stage. The pedigree of the club, the stage where the club find themselves may not be enough for them to survive. Because at this stage, we are losing against Vision FC. We are drawing us home to Hoho United. You are likely to be relegated.
You are likely to be relegated. That's with Brekum Chelsea. They lost at the Niaje Krakow, the second pack in Tema Newtown to Vision FC by 3-1. Quite a heavy defeat being inflicted on Chelsea there. But then to Samra Boy, where at the Century Arena, it was a goalless stalemate. Coach, quickly, Samatex, it looks like, a place they call a fortress, but sometimes they lose grip. And if you come up against a team like Dreams FC, would you say goalless draw at home is just an okay result for you?
No, it's not. It's not. Especially when they won the league, what I saw they were building. Once you build a structure and the foundation is not solid, as the season goes on, those loopholes will be showing. And that's exactly what is happening. Because I've watched these FC players. The league must be very competitive. It shouldn't be one way. Yeah. So sad results, some of us are happy when we get sad results. But once you want to be among the top 4 and be among the best teams, these are games you are not supposed to be losing. So I think the team for some time now have struggled to find their shape. You know how they struggled early part of the first round, then they came back into the league trying to fix some few points. But it tells you that Dreams FC too, if you watch their last 3 games, it means they were also improved. They were also improved. And the league is all about proper planning. That way, Jennings, if you plan it very well, you are likely to pick a point.
Okay.
Because the gap between our teams in terms of technicalities is not wide.
Okay.
They are not far from each other. So once you can do a little bit physical preparation, our league is more on the physical preparation. So a good physical preparation, moving on time, They are working on the mentality of the players. Plays the league more than the tactical aspect of the game. Yeah, it's more of an individual game where they rely on individual strength. The secret about these Premier League matches is most of them are friends, and they play Monday starts on vacations.
Oh, okay.
So sometimes when they get to such games and you don't expect a draw, they might be playing their colleagues. They know they are better than them at home.
Okay.
So before I realize, they give you another result. So players, you can coach them with everything, but when they get to the field, they have their own way of playing the game.
Wow.
You could sit down even to mark a player, but he knows that if you mark him this way, that the way coach is saying, he will play a different way. So the community they come from, when you find them, and they come from almost the same locality, when they meet in a league game, you get a different results.
Wow.
Which sometimes it differs on us. So sometimes don't be surprised when you check 6 players are close friends of these FC players who play Monday starts in and out. So they know how to mark them out. Like, okay, so you just want telling them, we are going to someone test. You know this boy now. You know it's them. So let's go and play them. So
they are familiar.
They are familiar with each other.
Let's quickly take a look at the table now. I want us to check something now as far as the table is concerned. Now we've had 3 games out of 9 already played for match week 25. Definitely the top 4 conversation would continue, as well as the title.
But on the Dreams FC, on the Dreams FC team, I think they are one of the teams they know how to finish the league very hard. Go and check their record in the last 2 seasons. Remember last season when Abdulkarim Jito left the club for Asante Kotoko? Dortmund played almost the entire second half. They were one of the best teams in the second half. Remember that season that they played in Africa? In the first round, they were struggling in the Ghana Premier League. They had a better second round. Remember that season that they went to the FA Cup final to win it? That season, the first one, it was not good for them. But second round,
I'll come back to you on that Dreams FC issue. Let's take a look. I want to see the table here for us to see how it's panning out. And Nanedu, coach, just look at the top 4 now. Mediama 46, BBA Gold Stars 45, Accra Hearts of Oka. Some believe they've actually put themselves in this situation. If not for the fact that they are not scoring home goals, they should have been somewhere very, very close or even above Mediama. But that's Hearts of Oak with 40 points, the best performing away side in the league. They have Masters and Ekoroko. They also have problems of their own, but they are still in the race. Now, I want us to focus on the top 4. And coming to you, coach, do you still think the title race is on? 7 points separating 1st and 4th. But would you say, we are in for a ride?
Yeah, BBN make it look like we are in for a ride. With the other 2 big teams, initially they were giving us that signal. But right now, if you take BBN out, then that's 7-point difference between 6 between
Mediama in
that means 2 games.
2.
If you keep it this way, and you play Mediama the last game, Mediama has won the league.
Wow. You think so?
Yeah, because House of Oak is playing Mediama on the last day.
Yeah, match day 34.
So let's take it, coming back to Accra on that day, the gap is 6 points. Then you cannot win the league. Yeah. And the nature of our league goes this way. It's like with 9 games, right? So somebody might be doing 5 home and 5 away. So just imagine Adriana is speaking, Mediama is speaking all the home points. That is plus 12.
Yeah.
Depending on how many matches they are playing
home.
If they are playing 5 matches, that is 15.
15.
So if they can get 15, automatically you take House out. So today's scoreline between BBN and Young Apostle defines the league.
So 2 of the top 4 teams are going away from home. Mediama Hearts of Oak are at home. Kotoko is traveling to Kerala. You have BBN Gold Stars also going to win.
So right now, the most important game now has become the BBN game.
The BBN game.
Because that one still keep the pressure on Mediama. Because BBN is playing away game today.
Yeah.
And I think last week, I was saying that they've been one of the best away comeback teams.
Yeah.
So assuming they are winning today, and these people also win today, it's still 1 gap.
It's still 1 point, yeah.
If House of Oak wins today, the gap is still the same.
Nothing changes.
If Kotoko wins today, then Kotoko has narrowed the gap.
Okay.
If Kotoko loses today, then they are out of the league.
Wow.
Yes, so it looks like whatever is happening now, BBN has come into the race from nowhere. Then they've jumped into that particular aspect of the race, making the race king.
Yeah.
So as BBN was where they were.
That would have been a massive 5 point or 6 points between
the first and
Mediama and
Canada is 1.
Yeah.
So I feel with the top 4 today, Mediama will still win the game. I don't see how
I think the young Apostle Baby any Go Stars game.
It's a real game.
Will determine one team that will be relegated and will determine if Go Star will win the league or not. Because
Yes,
if young Apostle wins, it's likely they will be on top head of breaking Chelsea.
yes.
If the Baby Go Stars wins today's game, pressure will be on Mediama.
Mediama.
Is
So
likely,
that's how it looks like at the bottom half of the table.
So
now the red zone has got wonders. Automatically, we know they are goners. There's Young Apostles 27. There's Hohoi 27. There's Bekum Chelsea 28. There's All Blacks 28. Then there's Bechem United 30. There's Heart of Lions. Shockingly, Heart of Lions were title contenders in the first 10-15 games of the season. Now look, from Dreams FC all the way to Young Apostles, that is just 4 points.
So when you look at the permutation, Swedo All Blacks is playing Pando Heart of Lions.
Today.
So it means the two of them are playing each other. Anything can happen in that game. Now, Bekum Chelsea has already played their week 25.
Yeah.
Young Apostles now coming to play their week 25. And they are playing the BNE Gold Stars in 20. That is why I was saying, if Young Apostle wins against the BNE Gold Star, it means Bekum Chelsea will drop to the relegation zone. Wow.
Yeah. The Chelsea will not be on the red.
Probably if Mediama wins against Hohoi United, Hohoi will maintain their point and they will be still in the relegation zone. And Mediama will move 4 points above BNE Gold Stars. That is what I'm saying. The BNE Gold Stars and Young Apostle game
is a crucial
game.
That is the main game for today.
The crucial game
That is the game for today.
Because if Young Apostle wins that particular game,
they also move out of the relegation.
They'll move out of relegation. Bekum Chelsea will drop.
So that is the main
If
game
Mediama wins against Hohoi United, 4 points.
Yeah.
So the Gold Stars and Young Apostle game is crucial on the league law.
It's the main game for today.
The most important game today in the Ghana Premier League.
It defines the game.
Who wins the league?
It defines
Who
the
will be relegated?
top. Because next week, Mediama will be playing away.
Yes.
So you want that 4 points.
They play back-to-back home games now.
Back-to-back
Let's have the next 5 fixtures for the top 4 teams, if we could have that. So we just look at how crucial, and how competitive the title race is getting. Now let's take a look at 4. 9 games remaining. That's considering that they've all played today. Yes. Now you have Mediama playing against Dreams away. Then Wonders at home. They have Bechem United away. They have Kotok at home. Chelsea away. Gold Stars at home. Basake away. Heart of Lions at home. Then Heart of Oak away from home.
So you know what happens? So today's game will safeguard Mediama against PBNE.
Before they even
then they finish with PBNE now. That's where they win the league.
At home?
Yes, at home.
Oh.
And that's what I'm saying, that is, if you watch today's game, like Nanedu was saying, if today's results go the other way around, then Mediama will take that a little brief. Because it means the point is 4.
Yeah, 4.
And next week, who is BBNE playing next week?
They'll play Vision at home.
They'll play Vision at home.
Yeah.
And Mediama will be playing Dreams away.
Mediama will be playing Dreams away. So let's assume that Mediama loses against Dreams.
And Vision wins. And
BBNE wins.
Then
Then
one point
different. Then next week, I'm playing home.
Oh. But let's look at the fixture difficulty. I know we are not leaving out Hearts of Oak and Kotok. They're also still in the equation.
Yes.
But looking at the difficulty of the fixtures, Coach, how strategic is it at this point of the season? How are you approaching games, especially away from home? The games where you have to travel a long distance. You've spoken about preparations, but psychologically and considering all the factors, how do you prepare for such games?
No, at this level of the game, this is where you need to come and make sure you and the players understand exactly what is happening. Like going to Swedo to pick that wonderful point. Mediama going to Swedo to pick that away point. Then that point against Samantes as well.
Yeah.
They got these 2 important one point from away. Then it means the players have confidence that they are equally good at away. So they will not come to away now. They have a strategy. Once it's an away game, it's either win or draw. That is what Mediama is doing. And once Mediama is playing you, and you can put the ball down for them to play, they are sure of getting their draw. You could beat Mediama to you unless you come with a raw strategy, type of game, negative type of play, heckling them. But if you want to put the ball down, because they are one of the best midfielders, the most experienced midfield in Ghana right now, it is that 3 in the Mediama midfield. So it's just about moving on time. Like our league, I said, it's about recovery. So what is the next game against Mediama's next game? Will be an away game, right? So it means you need to move against
move to Dreams.
So you must be in Accra. At time where are they playing? Tuba.
Yeah.
Tuba.
So you need to.
Joe,
Now
after watching the fixtures, if Bebiani Gold Stars wins today in Wenty, Mediama will not win the league.
Yes.
You think so?
Yes, it's so.
I can predict the likely results for Bebiani Gold Stars and Mediama.
Wow.
Dreams FC against Mediama in Tuba. Mediama will not win that game.
Okay.
Mediama is not winning that game. Bebiani Gold Stars and Vision is going to be a difficult game in Bebiani. It could go either way.
Okay.
Even though it's a Vision away game, anything can happen in that game. Let me wonder this. Mediama will take the results.
Yes, definitely.
But United away for Mediama. Difficult for Mediama in a way. Gold Stars will be playing Nations at home.
Yeah.
They will pick the win.
But before then, they go to Karela.
They will go to Karela. That game, Gold Stars will win in Karela.
Are you sure? We've seen some.
It's an away game.
We've seen Karela being so strong.
It's an away game for Gold Stars. But Gold Stars will win away. I'm saying it today.
Wow.
The Bekum Chelsea away game for Mediama is difficult for Mediama because of where Bekum also find themselves. If they lose that game at home to Mediama, Bekum Chelsea will be relegated. So it's a difficult game. Samates. Home for Bebiani Gold Stars against Samates. A win for Bebiani Gold Stars. Now, Mediama will be hosting Bebiani Gold Stars in Takwa.
I think that will be the game. That will be the game. That will be the game.
That will be the game.
All right. Okay. That's the permutation. Heart of Oak Kotoko still, in contention. But then at this point, it's just 1 point between first place Mediama Sporting Club and then also second place PPN Gold Stars. We're still building up to game of the day. That's live from the University of Ghana Stadium. Accra Heart of Oak, they are hosting Basake Holy Stars, and that's the game coming up. In the reverse fixture, it was a 2-1 win for Heart of Oak. That was when Basake Holy Stars had Augustine Adote as their head coach. Now, it's a different story since Johnson Smith took charge. But Naidu, what sort of game are we expecting today, especially with a Heart of Oak side that would rather love to draw home than to win? Maybe based on what we are seeing, the numbers lately, they love the draws at home. They love not to score at home. Would it be the same story for them today?
The most important thing for House of Folk is for them to get a goal in the first 45 minutes. I've watched most of the away games for Basake Holy Stars. Their first 45 minutes, they rely on counter. That is the strength of Johnson Smith. I watched them against Mediama in Takwa. I watched them against Ediana Stars in Doma. Those two games, Johnson Smith went there, he had a draw. So it means, in terms of the away games, he finds a way to protect his defense, not to concede. So after going to Takwa, they scored the first goal.
Yeah.
But Mediama came back to the game to get a 1-1 draw against them. In Doma, it was a goalless draw. So in the first 45 minutes, they find a way to protect their defense and their goalkeeper. So the first 45 minutes is crucial for House of Folk. If they want to get the result, who are the players going to score for House of Folk? That is where the problem is. They don't have goal scorers. They struggle to score goals. And you are facing a team that is well built in terms of defensive shape. It's one thing that is helping them. So House of Folk need to be careful in the first 45 minutes of the game. At least try to score in the first 45 minutes. If not, the second half, there will be more pressure.
Let's take a look at the last 5 fixtures for Heart of Oak. An away win against 11 Wonders. Obviously, you talk about the best away side in the league, and that goes to Heart of Oak. Now, at home, they failed to score against Bechem United. A goalless, frustrating one for them. Then they traveled to Kumasi. They beat Kotoko by a lone goal. They returned to the University of Ghana Stadium, and then they drop points against a struggling Bekum Chelsea. So you look at the last 2 home games they played, it's been against struggling sides, but they failed to score in any of those games. Now they went all the way to the dance bar coach, and it was a 2-1 defeat at the hands of title contenders and defending champions BPA Gold Stars. But the focus always will be on the home games. The last 2 home games, they are yet to even score a goal.
I think Didi should play that, unleash the players. When you become too defensive oriented, it looks as if you don't have goal scorers. Yeah. How are they scoring away? Do they get away goal scorers? Yeah. No. It means at away they are able to take that risk. You have followed them in so many games. Yeah. There's the way they approach away games.
Yeah.
And there's the way they're approaching different. So it looks like they are comfortable with away supporters who are more with them, like to support them on the day. But with Accra supporters, some goes to training and come on match day. So they expect certain performance from their players. Recently, I was telling someone that I feel they should even watch the way they train. Because you couldn't train on the turf. It gives certain performance. Then all of a sudden, they come to Lagos, that is not okay. Then the supporters will start being like, you play well at training, you don't play well in matches. So they should look at that. So I feel where the league is now, yeah, you are still a contender, but open up. The square passes around the middle and defensive side. You have watched it so much that once you don't go to the third half, goals are scored in the third half of your side. That is the first half of the opponent. But if the ball is around the middle, and when Anaidu is describing the Basake team, how they also shape up around there, it means the game might not produce a goal. And they are just doing an average 1 per game. So 1 per game will always give you a draw.
Yeah.
It means if Basake should score first, we are expecting an equalizer.
Let's see if Basake will score first. Let's take a look at their last 5 fixtures, talking about Basake Holy Stars, and this is how it looks like. Not bad from Johnson and his Chargers. So they lost to Asante Kotoko away from home by 3-0. Now they went to them in AAK Sports Arena. They beat their opponent, that's Bekum Chelsea, by 3-0. Something they are doing at home, Hearts of Oak, are failing to do. Now they traveled all the way to the dance park. It was a 3-0 drabbing at the hands of BBA Gold Stars. Then they returned back home. They beat Swedro Blacks by a lone goal. Then at home to Heart of Lions and lone goal. So just look at them. It's a stark contrast of what Hearts of Oak are failing to do. It's either they are winning or they don't score at all. You look at that 3-0 defeat to Basake, 3-0 defeat to BBN, then Kotoko. So it means they didn't score in those games. But the games where they are scoring, they are winning.
And even the ones that they are scoring, home game against Heart of Lions, they won by 1 goal to none.
Yeah.
Home game against Swedro Blacks, they won by 1 goal to none.
Yeah.
But the away games, either they will score or they will concede more.
Yeah, they concede.
So 3 against BBN Gold Stars, 3 against Asante Kotoko in the away games in the Premier League. So it means in away games, they are not really getting the result that they are looking for. But they find a way to frustrate some of the big sides. And that is one thing that is helping them in the Premier League. So it's going to be a tight game today at the University of Ghana Sports Stadium.
All right, so that is the last 5 fixtures. But Coach, you think that you're looking at what we are seeing now. 3 home games, yeah, it's a win. But you're traveling, you're facing one of the worst home sides or performers in the league. You wouldn't be looking at these results away from home. You'd rather be looking at the poor home run, I guess.
It gives you confidence. It gives you one confidence. So once you will also come out with a plan, you only need a plan to make sure you frustrate them and make sure you get a win. You are not scared. You know, there are homes, naturally, if you are going, you are scared of. But currently, nobody is scared
of. At the University of Ghana Stadium, no one at all.
No one at all. Even watch the day they play Level 1, there's no one at all scared playing House of Work at home. You must put that fear. So they believe that with a little effort, they will get 1 point back home.
Wow.
Yes.
Let's see if that happens because kickoff is in the next 22 minutes or so. It's still the build-up to the game, Sunday game from the University of Ghana Stadium. Hearts of Oak taking on Basake Holy Stars. You don't go anywhere. We have more for you after this commercial break.
drinks, a whole new vibe. Another quality product from Casa Precon.
This advert is FDA approved.
Let the fun and excitement begin. Your number one online casino in Ghana, Lucky Win, is back with a bang. With more than 70 new exciting games and big cash prizes, including the popular Aviator, where you can win 1,000 times your bet amount. They say, you can also win in the 500,000 Ghana cedis cash giveaways in the cash draw, cash rain, and give back daily promotions. Enjoy our welcome bonus and free gift coins available every single day. Just go to luckywin.com.gh on any of our smart devices and play a game. You can start with as low as 1 Ghana cedi and you stand to win big. My buddy, look sharp. Lucky Win. Play with less, win big.
Welcome back from the break. We're still building up to match at the 25th fixture from the University of Ghana Stadium. Accra Hearts they are hosting Basake Holy Stars. It's a must-win game for them. Looking at how the permutations are going currently. And the top 4 teams will also be in action at 3 p.m. But let's cross over to the University of Ghana Stadium. The coaches have spoken ahead of the game. We'll listen to Masoud Didi Dramani, the gaffer for Accra Hearts, and then also Johnson Smith. He's also the head coach for Basake Holy Stars.
You are coming up against Basake Holy Stars. By your previous game, you lost against BBN Gold Stars. How important is it to bounce back to win in ways?
I think that is very important to respond in a positive way, especially to see how the best approaches and in terms of outcomes will improve the team bonding and then the team hold up, especially with the position on the league ladder. Very important to really learn how to bounce back in such situations.
Your last 3 home games have all ended in a draw. What has been the conversation throughout the week to ensure that it doesn't happen here again?
I think that the most important thing is doing the right things rightly, and then using the times and then occupation of space. These moments are the key aspects of the game. That the times you have and the space you have, what do you do with it? And I think that it's an area that we have been very, very concerned about, and the players know about this and we also know about this, but we are very positive that we will turn things around in a very positive way.
Now you are coming up against a team that is also within the relegation conversation. What kind of game are you envisaging from them?
I think that you should expect that they will try to hold up and play on the transitions. Many of the teams we have played have been like this, and we need to learn from these aspects and then to still stick to our aspects of fluidity of our play, try to get into the wide areas and then center in and be more aggressive, be more purposeful, and take key decisions in key moments of the game where we have to get into some good spaces of the pitch and then we are able to make decisive moves. For me, when I speak with my players, my emphasis is on these key moments of the game, that we will definitely will have these moments, but the decisions we make in this moment is what will give us the outcomes and then give us the best results.
Coach, thanks very much and good luck to you.
Pleasure.
Coach, it's match day 25. Heart of Folk have not won any of their last 3 games here at the University of Ghana Sports Stadium. What kind of game are you expecting this afternoon?
Okay. We are expecting a nice game because Heart of Folk will force to win this match. But we are not thinking of them. We are thinking of ourselves.
Now, in your lineup, I've seen Prince Treneboa. He's one of the best players currently in the Ghana Premier League. How important is he to your setup?
It's very, very important because always his performance goes up. And as I'm here, as I'm with them, I usually teach him how to do, what to do, where to do it. So he's coming up.
Now, with about just 9 games to end the season, you want to escape relegation. How important will 3 points be this afternoon for you?
It will be very, very important to us. So we will work out to win these 3 matches.
Wish you the very best, coach.
Thank you very much.
Smith is the head coach of Basake Holy Stars. Earlier on was Masoud Didi Dramani, who is always talking about making the right decisions on the pitch, something he believes has really gone against them in recent times, and that's the reason why they are not scoring goals at home. Coach, you listen to both coaches, starting off with Masoud Didi Dramani. The demeanor, does it tell you anything?
Yeah, I think he's looking for that win at home. And when you look at him, he's not sure of himself yet.
Wow.
Maybe after the game, we'll look at his body language will change. But for now, he's just telling you that I'm just being cautious, not to lose a game. Then my worst record will be drawing games at home with Hearts of Folk. So I think that is the angle in which he's coming from, making sure that they get it right. And by doing that, if we don't win, then that means you are definitely not losing a game at Accra at the University of Ghana Sports Stadium. So I feel he believes he's taking the words to some level of tutorials very well for them to understand the way he plays. But I think sometimes the way he speaks, I feel I'm just hoping the players are able to get it.
Well, you're thinking there's a language barrier there.
Yes, the
sort of.
Yeah, technical jargons and these things. The level of our players, I always say it, that if you've been with them, we have those who attend school very well. We have a lot of academic people in our setup.
Yeah.
Then we have those who have not made it to the classroom at all. Then we have those who never knew how education important it was. So when you want to do too much logical with them, you want to do so much mathematics with them, obtuse angle, acute angle, they become confused. Okay. Their angles come naturally. They can kick the angle, but they don't know the angle they've kicked.
But in recent time, they've been consistent. 1 hour in the classroom, teaching them before they
But there's an amount of time in a classroom actually also translating to effective
that classroom
learning.
thing always must start from the base and come. You understand? But those are mature players already who cannot develop a game where they are now. So if the classroom load is too much, there might be trouble. The brain itself, we cannot do 50 minutes intensive straight. We'll get confused even here. So the brain does not work beyond 50 minutes. So if you go for a seminar or a program, watch them. After 45 minutes, they want to go on break. But the moment you do 50, you see that 50 plus is waste. That is why football, they've been trying to see where they can add up the time. But if you watch, they've not add up the time. Then that's why we do the extra time or something. So I think the classroom, they're another subject for discussion. I think Johnson Smith will come very cool. I was just telling you a word and he repeated it. Do this, do that. He does it simple languages to a typical Ghanaian player. How they'll be able to understand the language. The language barrier is very important. Sure. If you cannot explain to them, the words you will not find in the Ghanaian language, but you must find a way to explain to them for them to understand.
Interesting. That's the head-to-head Basake Holy Stars against Accra Hearts of Oak. 1 win apiece, 1 draw. But you remember that famous Basake win right after promotion, match day 2, they beat Hearts of Oak at home. And Abubakar Ouattara, defeat. That was last season. But then, talking about this season, Nanedu, Hearts of Oak, they got themselves a 2-1 win in the Western region in the first round. You're thinking it's a result they could, just build upon?
Hearts of Oak will be eager to get a 3 point today. After speaking to some people around the club, they believe after some home draws, they need to come back to winning ways by winning at home. If they don't win today, I think their chance of winning the Premier League will be over. Wow. Because looking at where Mediama finds themselves, where Bibini Good Stars find themselves, especially when Mediama is playing at home to Hohoi. I know the Hohoi game will not be an easy game for Mediama, like the way people are looking at that particular game. So a win against Basake at this stage, where a team like House of Folk, Asante Kotoko and the likes, you cannot beat Basake at home. You're not ready for the Premier League title in the second round. So this is a game that I think House of Folk should find a way to get the maximum 3 points. Who are the goal scorers? Maoli Wayo, Hamza Issa. These players need to be clinical today because chances are being created in games like this because Hussein Mohammed, George Parku, Rafael Amponsa, Abdul Karim, they will push the ball more forward. But as to the striker scoring in games like this has not been the difficult situation for House of Folk. They need to find a way to score a goal today.
All right, so let's see which players have been paraded by their respective coaches heading into his game. There's still, I know, Benjamin Asari will be manning the post for them. But then you talk about the players who get the goals for them. Benjamin Asari starts in post. There's Ali Mohammed. He's been paired with Kelvin Osesibe. Mauli Wayo in there. There's Martin Kakai. Emmanuel Amankwa. He got himself sent off in the Super Clash. He's back. And he's been red carded the most times in the last 2 seasons, more than any other player. Emmanuel Amankwa, they'll be hoping that he can't keep his cool throughout 90 minutes. There's Ransford Mensah, David Opuafane, Hamza Issa up front, Kweku Boateng Henry, the Czech star, and then also there's George Parko, coach. Competitive.
I think it's good. I like the lineup. It's like a constant lineup throughout. And I think the strongest department has always been the goalkeeping department. That control from the goalkeeper, after the first of the middle, the back four and the middle. That is why you find it difficult to score them. So I think it's one of the best lineup he always does. And once you see that pairing, you know exactly what the game is about. It's like Nana said, they should come and show us why they are a big club. It shouldn't just be big in the description, but how they'll be able to put a performance against a mid or a low table team. So I think it's a good starter for us.
I think it's a weak midfield. When you look at the midfielders, it's David Opuafane and George Parko. There is no Hussein, there is no Abdul Karim, there is no Rafael Amponsa.
Okay.
So a central defender in David Opuafane is now the DM in today's game. An attacking midfielder, typical number 10, will drop back as a typical number 8, just to give Martin Kakari and Mauli Wayo, Hamza first 11. It's an attacking team, but midfield has to be careful from the midfield. You see the first 45.
All right, so that's where they line up. Ali have started to line up for Basake Stars. They have to be Kasitai imposed. Moses Arthur, captains aside. Francis Jeff from the Samatex is there. Patrick Okai and Prince Chinua will be up front. Isaiah Yakubu, the experienced Isaiah Yakubu will be there. Like Gideon Kofi Quayson also will be playing on the flanks. There's Jacob Boazi, the lateral. Emmanuel Amankwa, Francis Asante, Sylvester Simba, Nanedu, one of the most experienced players in the setup for them.
I think a tough team, you know. Simba, very good player in the team. Quayson, one of the wingers in the Premier League, who is doing well in their side. And of course, Prince Chinua. That's why House of Folk need to be careful because when you look at when Basake went to Kumasi to face Asante Kotoko, Quayson was one of the brightest spots in the game against Asante Kotoko. Chinua on a good day can worry any other team in the Premier League. So House of Folk need to be careful, especially where Simba operates from. Quayson and of course Chinua, they need to be careful about the attack of Basake Stars.
Coach, is it that operation where you feel like, operation 1 point, or there's a side, Heart of Oak side, they've only lost once at home. That came against Kotoko. It's normal for Kotoko to beat Heart of Oak at home. But all season, they've not. The only problem has been that Heart of Oak are not scoring at home. But if you're Basake Stars and Johnson Smith, you are thinking, they are worse at home. Let's just attack them.
Yeah, definitely we want to capitalize on their ways at home. Because now, a draw for now is a very important point, especially against a team like House of Folk when you're playing away from home. So I think they are in the mentality of them. They believe they can pick the 3 points. But it tells you that this is a team that always gets a point from home. So once the game goes beyond 45 minutes, then your strategy change. So from the selection and how Nanedu put it right now, it means these people are going to attack very fast, straight from the wings. So they are going to hit the ball from the middle, left and right. And with the midfield, House of Folk have produced now, if they can take advantage, then I think they are going to push us back.
But you look at the hard setup, Nanedu, just one natural DM. He's not. He is even a centre back. And you have Paku. Then there's Kakari. 2 number 10s in there. There's a winger. Then you have Issa Hamza and what Mauli. Are you thinking? Yeah, it's deliberate. I'm at home now. You spoke about the fact that they are not really taking risk. Is it a time where Hearts of Oak are going all out with so much courage that we are getting the goal?
That is why I expect Issa Yakubu to be smart. Issa Yakubu naturally is a deep line playmaker. He tried to identify the wingers and give the simple passes. Remember the former chanting being coached by Masoud Didi Dramani. Issa Yakubu was the captain of that team. Didi Dramani knows him very well. He's a key man in the Basake midfield. He has experience than any other player in a setup. So it means the role of Issa Yakubu in the Basake team will be crucial into this game. Just identify Cheneboa, Kwesin, and of course Semba. Semba will drop deep to receive the ball from Issa Yakubu and join the attack. So that will be the strength of the Basake team. But has to folk, David Okwafane, square passes. He don't really pushes the ball up front to join the attack. That will be the weakness in the House of Folk team. Personally, I'm not too comfortable with the midfield combo in the House of Folk team.
You look at Basake Stars, and in their last game, it was Prince Chenwa who scored for them. He's currently their top scorer coach. And if you are going into a game like this, he was asked, the coach was asked, that's Johnson Smith, about such a player in the setup. But coming up against Hearts of Oak, how do you utilize these players, strength effectively, his qualities?
I think it's about who partners the player. Like what you said, what I've identified our game is, in sad games rather, they play different pattern, and that player become like wasteful up front. But what is his strength? How should the ball go to the player is the most important. So how they are going to partner, the most important thing is who can create that gap between the hard centre back. Their strength has been the 2 centre backs. They need somebody and they made a diagram of Simba going there to destroy that particular pattern. If somebody can go in there and come out with them, then that means you are going to bring the offside. You'll be able to break the offside line as well.
All right. So we're still building up, and kickoff will be in the next couple of minutes. We'll be joining the feed to bring to you the first 45 minutes between Accra Hearts of Oak and then also Basake Holy Stars. But Nanedu, Basake Holy Stars, should they also be focusing on where they lie currently, on the league table? Mid-table now, 10th position, 32 points. Should they tell themselves, see, relegation is threatening, but at least we've opened up, some gap. We've drifted away, so we shouldn't really have so much pressure on us.
I'm sure when they get all their 5 games, they win those games, 15 points, adding to the 32 points, they will stay. Because Ghana Premier League, when you get 45 points, you are safe. So I'm sure by this time they'll be calculating. Let's at least get 1 away win or away draw. And one of them will be the University of Ghana sponsor, because they know the team comes here, pick a draw. Brekum Chelsea comes here, pick a draw. Hawaii United comes here, pick a draw. So why can't Basake come here and pick a draw against House of Folk? They will frustrate the House of Folk team in the first 45 minutes. House of Folk need to avoid conceding in the first 45 minutes. You put pressure on the coach, because they need to find a way to get that result in today's game. Pressure will be on Masoud Didi Dramani, because home games you are struggling to win games. You are the best performing away team. But home games, you struggle to pick the maximum 3 points. They'll put pressure on the team in the first 45 minutes.
Coach, we are talking about Basake Holy Stars. One of 5 teams this season yet to win a game away from home. 1 of 5. And you talk about teams that concede a lot of goals. They are the second team on the road to have conceded the most goals, 23 on the road. And they've scored the fewest as well. Only Samatex has scored fewer goals away from home. Just 2. Basake, they've scored 3. So you look at the goal difference for them on the road. It's minus 20. If you're Hearts of Oak, you think this gives an indication why they are going all out?
Yeah, you must always look for indicators. We call it the SWOT. So what is their weakness? And what is my strength?
Okay, good. I think our time is up now. So let's cross over to the University of Ghana Stadium for the first 45 of this game between Hearts of Oak and Basake Holy Stars.
Last 3 games, they're coming into this game from a 2-1 defeat in BBNE. It's quite scotchy this afternoon here in Legon, but Holy Stars will believe that after getting those maximum points against Hearts of Lions, they could be on their way back to their base with a point. Remember, they beat Hearts of Oak 1-0 in last season's Premier League at the Accra Sports Stadium. Familiar faces showing up against each other this afternoon here in Legon. The Phobians have stepped up in their rainbow colors as usual here at the University of Ghana Stadium. Good afternoon, Kelvin.
Good afternoon, and it's going to be a brilliant afternoon of football. Hearts of Oak, they quickly have to resolve what whatever differences they had that resulted in their loss last season, and especially after that defeat to BBN Gold Stars. Basake Holy Stars have picked up the pieces from last season. This time they are found in the middle of the Ghana Premier League table, and Johnson Smith, who has salvaged their season, would want to keep up with some exciting results, but they haven't been lucky at this venue. The last time they played here, they were well beaten by their opponents, 11 ones.
Basake Holy Stars turned up here in green jerseys over black shorts, black stockings to match. And you know, they arrived at the stadium in style, wearing the traditional Ghanaian fugu to showcase the rich Ghanaian culture, and it was a delight to watch when they stepped up here at the University of Ghana Stadium from their bus.
It was wonderful to see them celebrating the heritage of Ghana, and you know, that smoke signifies not just the tradition of Ghana but also something greater: warlords coming for war.
Accra have made 2 changes to the team that lost to Holy Stars last weekend. Asari maintains his place. Befi is out for Emmanuel Amankwa. Mensah, Ali and Esibe complete the back 4 with Paku coming in to replace Abdul Karim. There's Afrani and Kakari completing a 3-man midfield, and Henry Boateng, who is celebrating his birthday today, is starting after he got a nod last week in BBN. Hamza Issa and Maoli Wayo make up Hazabuk's attack this afternoon.
A very strong lineup. This is a score that you can always trust. Goalkeeper Benjamin Asari, the safest pair of hands. Ali Mohammed and Sibe have a number of issues they quickly need to resolve with complacency, and I'm sure Didi Dramani knows what the team is about. Maoli Wayo obviously will be the team's back up front with George Parkway, Kweku Boateng.
Masoud Didi Dramani has been the coach with the best defense in the Premier League, but obviously you certainly can't be happy if you're not scoring many goals.
Well, that is certainly his trademark. He knows exactly what he's able to, but he's questioned the difficulty in scoring, making sure the final third of the pitch is very much effective as the defense, but that cannot be blamed on him. He hasn't had the opportunity to even make changes by getting in players.
Gabriel Opokohin is the centre man today. He's assisted by George Awinzigate and also Badiana Al-Hassan, Halilu, Abdul Latif Adari is our 4th referee. That's the lineup for Basake Holy Stars. Dubi Kasi Tai is in pose. At left back is Emmanuel Kwame. In central defense is Moses Arte and Jacob Boazi, with Francis Asante on the right side of defense. Francis Otinjetua is combining in a midfield alongside Issa Yakubu, Kweisin and also Cheneboa, with Simba and Okra playing up front.
Well, Okra and Simba will be looking forward to be fed with the passes from Cheneboa from the extreme wide areas. In central defense, the captain of the team is expected to keep them watertight.
And Johnson Smith has made just 2 changes to the team that beat Hazabuk last week. Opoko is out for Kweisin, and then Patrick Okran is in for Osei-Bone. So he's trying to keep up with some consistency following that massive win last weekend against Heart of Lions.
And that is clearly what he's about. He doesn't normally change his winning team, and a team that gives him confidence of, you know, dignifying his training methods, and exactly why he's kept faith in these gentlemen. Well, during the warm-up, you could clearly see him still shouting out instructions to the boys, knowing that the magnitude of this game stands taller than everything that they have done this season.
All is set and we are good to go here at the University of Ghana Stadium, and Gabriel Opokwine signals the 2 teams into action with the Holy Stars getting us underway here in Lagos. It's Hartlepool versus Basake Holy Stars.
It's probably going to be an interesting game to look forward to. Hartlepool have to pick up the pieces. They've struggled to win most of their games at home. If you're a team that wants to win the league, you cannot be dropping so many points at home.
Here's Cheneboa, the danger man. Issa Yakubu. Kwame, Simba, good header back by Amankwa. Afrani returns it. Flag goes up. Decision against Holy Stars.
Oh, Gold Stars will have to test the Hartlepool defense again. Holy Stars know that last weekend the Phobians in BBN had quite a difficult time. They would want to replicate what last season's champions did.
Hearts have a throw-in, first of the afternoon for the Rainbow Lads. Amankwa got a red card against Asante Kotoko. Returns to the lineup after some impressive outings this season. Here he comes, Amankwa. Sends the one looking for Hamza. Here is Hamza. Can he score the opening goal? He drifted wide, and Hamza not the best of options from the other front man.
It was quite surprising he decided to take that extra touch. Would have hit it the first time he made that control, but he took the ball further away from the direct target. It gave him limited space to hit that ball. He pushed himself against the angle. There was no way he was going to score from that end. Allow it. When the centre back, right back, Francis Asante, to cover up quickly and make that block. He should be doing better.
Here is Kwame. Issa Yakubu. Good ball. Here is Okran, but his ball cleared away by Benjamin Asari. He had to be quick in that reaction, Asari.
Intelligent goalkeeping there from Asari, not keeping onto his line. Just staying inside the goalkeepers, the penalty area, to make sure that he clears and sweeps away any danger from him. I think Okra wasn't expecting that delivery from Issa Yakubu.
Here is Kelvin Esibe. Ali Mohammed. Formed a very formidable partnership in central defense alongside Esibe. Reason Afrani has been deployed in that midfield position where he has clearly distinguished himself so well. Alta's header. Here is Kakari for Hatsabok. Here's Amankwa now. Checks on to Paku. Paku has a chance to cross. He swings in a decent cross. Wayo with a chance. He's fluffed it. Has the work still pushing. Holy Stars will clear the alliance.
Concentration from Auliwayo was a bit poor there. It wasn't anticipated that delivery was coming to him. But once you are inside the penalty area, you need to stay on alert for every delivery.
Hamza's flagged offside from the long pass by Ali. Hamza straying offside even before the ball was floated in. Quaison is bitten to it by Mensah. Henry Boatson finds Wayo, checks back for Mensah. Now Afrani, brilliant play. He goes around Simba with cheeky ease, but Holy Stars will retrieve possession. Here is Cheneboa. Simba. It's a lovely pass onto the path of Kwame. Kwame crossed the ball in, but Esibe steps up for Hadzabok. Miscommunication between Esibe and Afrani, but they are able to get the ball safely.
Very good recovery from both players, but I think there's something wrong with Patrick Okran's cleats. It seems to be slipping and finding it difficult to keep his gravity, you know, making turning quite difficult for him. And I think the coach is watching, should quickly attend to him. It's not going to help him.
Mensah. Wayo. The best attacker this season, although he's also been that player with most of the missed opportunities from the games the Phobians have played. Afrani in Wonderland with that pass.
The intent was clear, but he failed to look at the surroundings and check the position of Ransford Mensah. Good Meridian run there from Mensah. He's expecting a better pass to make a more decent delivery.
The handball against Okran.
I think Okran seems to be struggling still, but Basake Holy Stars trying to keep that momentum and space. There's a lot for them to do, trying to question the Hatfield defense. but that rhythm seems to be affected by Okran's positioning and his inability to really keep ground.
Boise sends a long one in. Ali heads it down for Afrane. Here is Kelvin Osesibe. Ali. Henry Watson unable to control, but Wayo will step up for the Phobians, trying to find Hamza, but Kwame will take over. Here is Moses Arta. Now Jacob Boazi. Francis Asante to Quaison. There's a push on Quaison by Mensah. Free kick, Holy Stars.
Holy Stars are on first by Hatterfolk. They're taking all the time in the world to slowly build up from defense, not in a rush to hit the ball high up the pitch. They know Hatterfolk have very good players aerially and wouldn't want to throw away possession to them easily, reason why they are carefully building from their defense, and that is a trademark of Johnson Smith. The difficulty is the uneven nature of the pitch, making it difficult after every bounce.
Paku, not a good pass from the midfielder. Boazi keeps it in. Francis Asante. Isaiah Kubu. He's aiming at Cheneboa. Good touch now. Simba for Holy Stars. He's fouled by Amankwa right before Pokwain, who whistles for a free kick advantage. Holy Stars.
Very intelligent play there from Cheneboa, finding Simba. Two brilliant players. Basake will be looking forward to them, creating lots. That was clearly a foul.
Asante's cross headed back in, but flag had already gone up because the ball had crossed the line. As a goal kick.
That was quite a teasing delivery, looking for Cheneboa down the left hand side. Tried his best to keep that ball in line before crossing. Look at that delivery. Brilliant there from Asante. Cheneboa did his best. He wasn't too far from keeping it. Just narrowly. Might have had lots of his body outside the playing territory.
Mensah to Ali. Number one trying to get to Wayo, who's up against Asante. Mensah. Ali. Amankwa would love to search forward. He's got Kakari on his right. He picks out Kakari. Back to Amankwa. Ali calls for it. Back for Isibe. The passing is very positive. Paku's cross away by Dubi for a throw into the Phobians.
Clever goalkeeping there from Dubi Tai. Not willing to take any risks by trying to grab the ball, punching it away to safety, and that was a powerful punch away. Hatterfolk gradually warming themselves into the game.
The possessive play is impressive, and they're still hanging on, pushing for the opener. Good play from Mensah, swings in across, headed by Kakari, and Wayo still can't find the back of the net.
Martin Kakari from that position should be aiming for the target instead of trying to get the ball back on the edge of the goalkeeper's area. Brilliant play there from Ransford Mensah. Clever touch, the twist. Look at that left-footed delivery. Martin Kakari should be aiming for the target. It's quite unfortunate he decided to head the ball back to Hamza Issa, who had Wazi and Arthur to beat in there. There was no way Wayo was going to find the proper connection from that end.
Asante. Now Quaison. Quaison with a drive. He takes a deflection and Asari collects it coolly. It's 10 minutes at the University of Ghana Stadium in Legon. It's Hearts of Oak nil. Basake Holy Stars nil.
It looks to be an even game now, not too much of a rush from both teams. Meticulously trying to get themselves into the game and get each other worn out. There have been moments of impressive display from both teams. And not working the goalkeeper so much.
Mawali Wayo for Hartsabok. Chance for the Phobians. It's an appeal for a handball. Pokrain says no, get on. Sylvester Simba will break away for Holy Stars. Chineboa stays onside. Goes for a drive, is blocked by Afrani, by Esibe instead, and here is Paku. Martin Kakari. Wayo to Boateng. Ball is cleared away by Arthur for a Hazebo corner.
Impressive play there from Arthur, expecting Martin Kakari with his skill set, with the space to take the ball a bit more into the final third before making that pass. That was a good decision there from Arthur, not taking any chances, blasted the ball away. It's an opportunity for Arthur to bring the centre forward, the centre backs who are aerially threatening for the set piece.
Paku to take. Amankoa. Mensanto, Paku. It's up against Quason. Paku not on the same page with Opoanfrane. Issa Yakubu. Simba. Boazi to Ata. Asante now. Afani to Ali.
Look at the shape of Holy Stars. They've just decided to sit back and watch out to folk bring the game to them. They know that offensively the Phobians are not that much threatening. Decided to just stay within their shells.
Played in the same manner and frustrated Mediama to a draw. Tai picks it up for Holy Stars. Mensah. Boateng to Kakari. Here's Martin Kakari twisting and turning. Mensah, Afrani. Wayo decides not to make an attempt because he could have obviously been flagged offside.
It was quite a poor one there. Position. Get that pass quickly into the left hand side. Once again, Martin Kakari unfortunately there, but Opoanfrane should have taken his time to read the surroundings. Not to folk without Hussein, and Abdul Karim have lots of work to do with regards to their creative ability in that midfield. George Paku and Kakari have lots and lots to deliver, including Kwakubuati Henry.
You're thinking there was an earlier push on Hamza, but Pokrain decided to let go. Hamza decided to retaliate and foul has gone against him. Kwesi checks onto Cheneboa, but too much weight on that ball as he rolls out for a Phobian throw.
That was quite an intelligent play there from Kwesi, but it was overhead, that pass. Sure, I was thinking I have one of the fastest players in the league. I don't send him on an errand, but this errand, there was no way he was going to get onto it.
Kwame Simba. He's played up to the point of the semi-finals in the Confederations Cup. He's got so much up his sleeve, Sylvester Simba.
And he was one of the important figures in that team. The particular moment, strong on the ball, fearless.
He was one of the main men at Dreams. He came as a surprise when he left the club for Holy Stars. Isaiah Kubu with a poor drive. Now Paku has got a chance to break away. Hamza is up against Boazi, who finds Tai. Moses Arta, Jacob Boazi. They play so much confidence from the back in their own territory. Jetia, that's brilliant play from Holy Stars. Kwesi decides to take the initiative all by himself. Here is Kwesi. Now Cheneboa. Isaiah Kubu has got space. Tries to get to Simba, but Esibe steps up for the Phobians.
Quite unfortunately, past the poor control from Sylvester Simba, but she was expecting that pass.
Mensah picks out Wayo, who goes down. It's a corner and not a foul for Hearts of Oak. Good defending from Holy Stars.
A brilliant pass there from Mensah, right through the channel. It was quite dangerous. Very good defensive work there from Boazi, making sure he had a touch onto that ball. If it was just a touch from Wayo, that would have resulted in a penalty.
These are the young Phobians.
They have to vote telling the GFA, if you have catch them young referee policy, I have catch them young fans policy.
Absolutely. Paku goes low to Boateng. He picks out Kakari. Now Afrani. He shoots. It's a low drive that goes straight to Tai.
That was quite an easy catch, and we welcome these every single time. But that was a good try from Afrani. Might need some more power behind that ball.
Hasselhoff gifted possession in a dangerous area, but Hamza quickly hands that gift back to Holy Stars. Should have taken advantage of that, Hamza. There's a push on Amankwa by Sylvester Simba. It's a foul for Hearts of Oak.
That was quite a needless push there from Sylvester Simba. Well, that was too much of a heavy pass, and also Emmanuel Amankwa was going to allow him progress. Once you stretch the two hands and it lands onto an opponent, the referee would have no other choice than to give a foul, especially in those 50-50 ball situations.
Kakari. It's a foul for the Phobians on 20 minutes at the University of Ghana Stadium against Holy Stars.
It's quite a very heavy challenge coming in there from Boazi. He knew exactly. Mano Kwame went in with that lunge. Got a bit of the ball, but also got a bit of his man. He wasn't going to be allowed to just go scot-free. Good position for Artefok to try find the opener.
And it's a young star, Henry Boateng, to take. He bends one to the near post. That was close. It's a goal kick. Hazlewood had one to the corner.
That was quite a dangerous one there. Clever and intelligent going near post. All he wanted was a decent connection to the ball. This Hamza Isa near post. We expected him to have a better connection to that ball, but he missed his target. Mati Kakari.
Here is Kakari in the middle to run spot Mensah. Amankwa to Kakari. Too casual for Martin Kakari. Should be doing better. Now Hazlewood has got some defending to do, but Holy Stars quickly hand possession to the Phobians again.
That was a poor pass there from Cheneboa. Sylvester Simba wanting a better delivery. You could say acknowledging that from him, but good steal from Patrick Okran. He hasn't really given so much up front, but defensively and keeping the team balanced in midfield, he's added up to the numbers.
Here is Amankwa. It's a pass meant for Kakari. He returns, but he doesn't get it. It's Holy Star, Sylvester Simba, Isaiah Kubu. He can't get to Okran. Amankwa stops it and finds Kakari. Upon Frane. Boateng. There's a foul against Moses Arthur for that push on Henry Boateng.
That was too ragged from the captain. He should know better. Too much force, too much aggression. I think it was quite needless, especially with the attackers face, back to his own area. There's no need going in ragged. A number of players surrounding him. Just giving a free kick away in a very good position. With any good strike, they could find the opener.
That's the Phobian tertiary. They've also turned up in their numbers, hoping for the first home win in 4 games for the Phobians.
They're very much needed, and they're quite close to the young generation of the Hatterfolk supporters. And that is exactly what you need. You can pick up some very good chants from them as well as the tradition continues.
Esibe and his centre-back partner shows interest in this free kick. Esibe, Ali, back to Ali from Esibe. Was some good connection between these two.
I think there should have been a better drive there from Ali. He was always rising, suspecting some power, a drive instead of going with the inside of his foot for a Keller. He can beat Tai from that angle.
Opokwine whistles for a cooling break. It's 25 minutes in Legon, and it's Hearts 0, Holy Stars 0. Time for cooling break.
Well, it's been quite a balanced game. We've shot into Dramani, judging from the left corner of our screen. Wasn't clearly happy with a few things in the central midfield.
Black Stars goalkeeper's trainer Fatah Udauda checking on his phone. He's been ever present at this venue when the Premier League is on. He's closer, lives at East Legon, so just a few minutes drive and he's here. I'm sure his eyes will be on Benjamin Asari and how he performs between now and when the call-ups come for those international friendlies against Austria and Germany.
Exactly, he cannot keep his eyes off him. And they have a duty to make sure that he's up to standard, he's up to top quality level in the next 3 months when the Mundial begins. And Fatawa has never been close to the league. He keeps monitoring, he keeps being at the centers. It's quite refreshing to see him every now and then taking his time to just make sure he's at these venues to watch the games. You can see an opportunity for the two technical benches to quickly reorient their players on what to do. You can see DJ Dramani very much animated there. And you can hear him, he's talking about the press.
Yes, he says the way we say we press, we're not pressing the same way.
Exactly. But different personnel, like I said, without Hussein, without Abdul Karim, you're expected to have bits of liability because the players who are filled into those positions, George Bako, Henry Kwekubuati, Martin Kakari, are not cast in the same profile and shape with the technical quality and abilities of these two players you're missing. And I think Basake Holy Stars have also done a decent job making sure they don't allow the Phobians to have ample time on the ball to do what they want.
Back from the cooling break. Here's Esibe to Afrane. Too much on that one for Mauliwayo.
Quite wasteful there from Mauliwayo. Expecting to find himself just at the edge of the line to pick up that pass. The fans will continue to sing, waiting for the opener. There's been a little bit of lethargy in the build-up for Hatterfolk. They need to fast-pace their passes.
The foul throw against Francis Asante. Quite surprising there.
Yeah, he'll be disappointed in himself. He should do quite better.
Quaison, Asante, Okran, poor touch, throwing hearts. Mauliwayo for Hartzeburg. He comes up against Moses Arta. Benson's effort controlled well by Hamza, but he's caught in between three Holy Stars players. Holy Stars have a player down. Looks like it is Quaison, but Hartzeburg will attack and look for the opening goal. They wouldn't mind now. Paku, chance for Kakari. Kakari shoots and it's a good save by Tai. Good positioning.
That was quite intelligent play there from Martin Kakari. Tai nearly thought Kakari was going for the top right corner of his goal post. Decided to go near post and nearly slipped away from him. He hit it hard and low, right on target, but instinctive play from the goalkeeper to make sure that ball was not going to evade him into the net. You can see Holy Stars making that complaint, but that wasn't a head injury. The referee had every right to allow the face-off play end.
Santos aiming at Okran, who was beaten Ali to it. He steps up Sylvester Simba. Now Quaison. Great play from Quaison, goes down just outside the box, and all these Stars have a free kick in a dangerous area.
Very brilliant play there from Quaison. He's intelligent, he's strong. His skill set, there was no way Ransford was going to allow him to get past three players. That would have been suicidal for the Phobians if Quaison had gotten into the penalty area.
He's come up with some decent performances this season in key games. He was exceptional against his former team Mediama in Takwa, and he was unplayable when they faced Asante Kotoko at the Babayara. Such a good player.
Very smart, very skillful. Just needs to be a little bit more productive in the final third of the pitch. He'll be good to go. Good position.
30 minutes. Free kick for Holy Stars. Isaiah Kubu is behind it. Same for Quaison. Issa steps back for Quaison. He drives one, and Asari makes a very instinctive save. Good reaction from the Azabo goalkeeper.
That was smart, that was clever. That typifies Ghana's number one. Ball had evaded him, nearly getting past him, but he made.
Simba's delivery again is straight to Asari.
Strong arms from the goalkeeper once again. Two brilliant saves in the space of about 30 seconds. Look at that drive that came in from Quaison. It just bounced right in front of him and it was changing his trajectory. But smart thinking, using his lower limbs.
You gotta be on top of your game to come up with saves like this, and he's gotten it exceptionally well. Benjamin Asari, he keeps making the headlines week in, week out.
That is the mark of a very good goalkeeper, taking advantage of the ability to use both sets of limbs to make changes in the game, and that is equal to scoring a goal.
It's fair to say Hazleburg have got one of the best defensive setups in the Premier League, but that's all down to the organizational ability and quality that Asari brings on board. Free kick, Hazleburg. Paku is behind it. Kakari leaves it for Paku. Paku bends one in. Ali's arriving, he heads the ball down. Henry Boateng's effort, and it goes over the bar. Goal kick.
I think that was quite the training ground routine, which couldn't come off effectively as smooth as they were expected. George Paku, Martin Kakari. Look at that delivery, but I think credit to Moses Arthur, the captain, for clearing that ball. Would have landed easily on Ali Muhammad's head. And you trust Ali to get this one on target.
Holy Stars have been mentioned in the conversation of teams that might just not survive the Premier League. They're on 32 points now from 24 games. 9 wins for them, 5 draws, and 10 defeats. They currently occupy the 10th position of the log. 21 goals scored and 29 conceded. They had the best of defenses this season. Okran. Boateng gives away possession. Jetua's drive, and it's gone out for a goal kick.
That was ambitious there from Jetua. After winning that ball in a very good position. Simba, Okran, as well as Trinidad running, as well as Quaison, to a very good position. They expected him to feed them with the ball. You shouldn't forget, a goalkeeper who is very difficult to beat isn't the goalpost. Driving from these distances will take you one miraculous moment to get the ball past him. You need to be as simple as you can.
Ahin whistles. Flag had already gone up against the Phobians.
Zamauli Wayo once again finding himself in an offside position. It was quite too quick. I respect these passes from SCB and Ali Mohammed. You need to make sure you're always onside.
Quaison is fouled. Free kick. Maoriwayo with a tackle on Quaison. Kwame, Issa, Simba, Cheneboa, Paku intercepts for the Phobians. ACB will pick out Henry Boateng, who goes back to Ali. Good play from Hazleburg's centre backs, ACB and Ali. Great composure and calmness on their part. Upon Frane, headed down by Arta. Now Jetia, Simba. There's some great show of strength there by Jetia, but there's a foul in the end against Jetia for the stamp on Paku. He gets a yellow card for that tackle.
That was irresponsible there from Chichia. Should have easily released that ball quickly to Issei Yakubu. He got himself in trouble. Nobody will allow you to go scot-free with that. Once the stats show you don't have anything or little on the ball and more of the man.
He left so much on for Paku. First player to be shown the yellow card this afternoon, Francis Jetia.
He's put himself in some bit of trouble. Issei Yakubu is not a player with enough steam to be going combative.
Ali delivers, collected by Tai.
I think credit to Moses Arthur. He's actually matching the Phobians aerially, giving them little opportunity to latch onto those deliveries from set pieces.
Kelvin Esibe sends a long one in, aiming at Hamza, but again, is that aerial command by Arthur that keeps the Phobians at bay. Mensah, Ali, Boateng. Good run from Boateng. He's got Wayo on the left. He finds Wayo. Flag goes up. Wayo is offside.
So once again, intelligent play coming in. Henry Boateng laying that pass cleanly. Once again, Wayo is one of the fast players, quick players. Quite surprised he's taken 2 steps earlier than the pass being delivered. So the fans are still waiting for the opener and it's not coming. It's quite a very tactical, balanced game. Did Ramani Johnson Smith in those exchanges.
It's been Ghazali on the touchlines throughout because he knows this Holy Stars team so well. Knows where they can hit the Phobians.
A lot of this team is his handiwork. Most of the players, he knows them.
Absolutely. Ali to Wayo. SCB has lost it to Okran. Sylvester Simba. Lost it to ACB. He's gone down. Opokwine has whistled for Simba to be attended to.
So that was right. A heavy touch there from Simba. But his quality and ability, expect him to keep the ball closer to his feet. He found himself a very difficult tangle, and you know SCB strong. It's never going to allow him to have a field day. Seems to have had some stats left on him. That was the too heavy attack. That was the SCB having a bit of the ball and a bit of the man in that process.
Five more minutes before the break, and Johnson Smith, with that stern look on his face, will be happy they've not conceded. There's been talk about why he's not getting playing time, but you don't get more playing time when you're competing with the Black Stars #1, Agbasi.
Exactly. You're competing with one of the best in the country. You can have it all rosy. He needs to find a way to have some more playing time for himself.
Hamza Isa Afrani with a ball to Kakari, but there's a poor effort from Kakari.
Don is weaker for that. I wasn't expecting him to go on target. He had a quick and fast, stronger ball shot across the face of goal. Because at the far end, Mauliwaye was just waiting for that low cross to tap him.
Quaison hands possession to Paku. Wayo to Hamza. Fouled by Atta. Free kick Kadzabok.
And Atta should be careful. Get himself entangled in some useless challenges. Snowies just lunging there, lucky to have escaped the wrath of the referee.
The Phobians have wasted the resultant free kick from that foul on Hamza Isa. It's a goal kick to Holy Stars. A lot of thinking for Didi Dramani to do, especially with no wins in 3 home games played over the last couple of weeks.
Definitely knows that there is a bit of difficulty.
Heavy pass from Tai.
Oh, it is quite terrible. Wasteful there.
Kwame. Quick transition. Here is Okran. He's up against Osei Sibe. He's got a strength and desire to go forward, but Sibe won't come cheap. Hazelwalk will take possession. Miscommunication between Esibe and Paku. He's come up worse, Kelvin Esibe.
Look at that there, Okran realizing that there was no way he was going to get on that. He went in with an outstretched arm and push. Esibe has just clutched onto the shoulder. Hopefully it's not a dislocation. See a bit of pain in there from the push right there on Esibe's shoulder from Okran. See him screaming in pain. It might be lucky just a few more minutes to the end of the first half. Can have better. Medical. So you can see Didi Dramani heavily animated there. He's not getting a chance he wants. For this team of assistants, they quickly need to think about something more efficient before the second half resumes.
Esibe seems to have suffered a shoulder injury. Looking on the bench, the only player who might slot into playing central defense might be Gordon Kujo. Kakari. Watson can't handle the ball. Sylvester Simba's effort is stopped by Amankwa. Good news for the Phobians. Esibe is back on the pitch.
It's quite interesting how Hartford have dealt with the threat of Prince Chonibu and not giving him lots of space to operate. They virtually cut all services to him.
Esibe back on. Amankwa's effort foiled from that throw. Confirmation of additional time. We're doing 2 minutes. Esibe. Now Aliwayo cuts in. Afrani switches back to Mensah on the left. Mensah swings in across. Paku flicks it. Amankwa with the drive and is taking a deflection for a corner. Decent effort from Amankwa.
It was quite a very good play there from Ato for Grassford Mentor once again. the left hand side. It was a hanging delivery, but very good lead there from George Paco to win that header. And the scrap fell right to Emmanuel Amankwa. Decent volley from him, but once again Moses Arthur preventing him.
Watson's corner. Afrani takes it back. Here is Mensah's drive. It's blocked by his own player, and there's a foul against Azabok.
It's a good steal there by Sylvester Simba. Very smart. Nice job by the Phobian to once again working through the set pieces. Very good delivery. Unfortunately couldn't find his intended target. Also the drive there from Radford Mental, quite unlucky. Also coming off the body of Wazi.
Opokwahin whistles to wrap up the first half here at the University of Ghana Sports Stadium in Legon. A game that hasn't produced clear-cut goal-scoring opportunities, but it will be the visitors who will be more excited going into the break. They've not conceded against a team that do not score more goals as well. Half-time at the University of Ghana Stadium in Legon is Hearts of Oak 0, Holy Stars 0, with the Phobians having 4 shots, all 4 on target, 2 on target for Holy Stars, and they've bossed the game in terms of possession, which has been very obvious because it's been Hearts of Oak throughout. Holy Stars coming in with a few flashes, 3 corner kicks, just 1 yellow card after 45 minutes. Half-time.
Half-time at the University of Ghana Stadium. Accra Hearts of Oak, they are drawing goalless against Basake Holy Stars. Perhaps to some extent you'll be saying, yeah, it was a likely result after the first 45 minutes, because Hearts of Oak, they are not really scoring goals at home, and Basake Holy Stars, they're also yet to win any game away from home this season. My name is Joseph Kokwe. We're still live on Max TV. We're also streaming live on YouTube, Max TV GH. I'm still in the studios with Nanidu and then also Coach Vincent Abdul. Let me take their quick thoughts before we head for a commission with Coach. First 45, Hearts of Oak being dominant, 4 shots on target, but then nothing on the board for them.
I think the game itself is below standard. Both teams are not playing very well, and they are just struggling to win the midfield. And the ball is clumsy in the middle, and nobody's been adventurous to play the game outside the middle and use the flanks. The whole wings of the game is just dead, and the whole game looks so clumsy in the middle. You can see the crunchy tackles in the middle, and whatever we are even calling chance are just passes they mistakenly put there. There's no creativity. Both teams are not able to mirror the pack very well. Angle preparation, foot preparation. I'm not feeling. We can't feel the second round or whatever we want to feel. This game to be where you can't blink your eye at every moment. You just want to keep your eye on the game. The whole game looked boring, and it's a game when you watch it from a block angle, that it means we have played only 15 minutes of the ball.
Wow.
In 45 minutes, they've touched the ball for only 15, both teams, which is below standard. It means by the time we finish the 90 minutes, they're going to do about only 25 minutes, which is good. I think the coaches to look at the game and widen up the game. There are so many departments. Go on the diagonal. We've not seen any diagonal passes. Then even passes between players, very poor. Once they kick the ball, they either go out of play, and type of kicks too they send to the goalkeepers make our goalkeepers look good. But if you really understand football, this type of kicks are no more in the game, where you just kick the ball up for the goalkeeper to grab the ball. I think we should we want to see a better second half. My anticipation, even though I'm not expecting a huge number of goals, I feel we've not seen anything interesting.
Then, first 45, what's your take?
I think, the first 15 minutes of the game, House of Oak were missing a lot of chances. Look at the one that entered into the 18-yard box. 2 players, ball in between the 2 players. I thought you just have to place the ball into the net, but players were in a hurry to score in the 18-yard box. the ability of a player to get that needed composure in the 18-yard box, always the strength of a good team. And I think that is one thing House of Folk team is lacking in the first 45 minutes of the game. Coming into the second half, they need to change some things. It looks like because they want to score, they are in a hurry when they enter into the 18-yard box. It's all attacking game from the House of Folk side because you have 4 players who also put pressure on the opponent defense because you are just leaving the midfield work to only 2 players. But today in the first 45 minutes, I like the performance of David Okwafrane, sitting in front of the back four, trying to distribute the ball, intercept very well for House of Folk. So the only thing is the goals are not coming. Maybe in the second half, they should push more men forward. They can get a goal.
A big save there was from the Hearts of Oak shot stopper, Benjamin Asari. Now, we've seen Hearts of Oak dominate, but then also it's been Basake Holy Stars trying to take the game to the opponent, and it's really been a bit feisty, a bit more physical at some point. But then the most important statistic in the game is missing from this game. Goalless after the first 45. We head for a commercial break. When we are back, we'll be giving you that tactical breakdown and analysis of the first 45. We'll be back shortly.
We are changing, so should you. If you dream it, don't be afraid. In the valleys, keep your head up high. Got to dream with Boomer drinks. Yeah, believe it, you can achieve. Oh yeah, clap your hands for the whole new vibe. Make me say, oh yeah, come on. Let me hear you.
Drinks, a whole new vibe, another quality product from Casa Precon.
This advert is FDA approved.
I want to watch the match. Even watches Ghana football these days.
Do you know Charles Taylor?
The president.
Charles the Terror Taylor. He terrorized defenses with his dribbles. Who know Don Bote? The stadium. Basake for the general, lifting up trophies. Stephen Odo was orchestrating the game. The legends of yesterday, they have paved way for the heroes of today. Do you know the Ghana Premier League?
No, Dad.
It's our game. It's our pride. And you watch it now live every weekend from now on.
Catch the Ghana Premier League live this and every weekend.
Looking for a fast and stress-free shopping? Shop now on maxbuy.com and get free delivery and free installation. Order your phones and appliance today. Order today and get same-day delivery straight to your doorstep. Max Buy, convenience at its best.
Hello Ghana, payday is here. Stand a chance to win instant cash prizes on Reveal Scratch for Win. Up to 1 million Ghana cedis to be won today. Get ready to play Reveal Scratch for Win to win big on Max. Stop scrolling and start winning. It's simple. Dial *787# on all networks. Choose your card type and select your lucky card for a chance to win big. Play with at least 5 Ghana cedis or more. You could win up to 1 million Ghana cedis in cash prizes instantly. Yes, you heard right. 1 million Ghana cedis in cash prizes. Don't miss out on the chance to win big. Dial *787# to play now. Reveal Scratch for Win. Scratch keke. Nidi sika save bam. You must be 18 years and above to play. Terms and conditions apply. This game is regulated and approved by the NLA on the Caritas platform.
The passes have delivers.
Watching Max TV, and it is the continuous coverage of the Ghana Premier League. It's half time in our featured game today from the University of Ghana Stadium, where Accra Hearts of Oak, despite being dominant in the first 45, they are yet to put a goal past Basake Holy Stars. It still remains goalless, and it's now time to cross over to the UG Stadium and listen to the assistant coach's first half assessment. We'll be right back. Let's listen to the coaches.
Abdul Ghazali. Coach, first half a bit flat. You didn't create enough chances. What needs to change going into the second half?
I think the first half looked disappointing to us as a technical team, because what we expect our boys to do, they are not doing it, and I think we need to hammer on them to look physical, because they are too slow within the first half, and I think if we are able to put aggressiveness in our second half game, we will try and get a good scoreline, because we need to win this match at all costs.
Which first line of action would you take? A change in tactics or a change in personnel?
I think we have to look at our personnel, because looking at George Paco, I think he's not in the game. We have to take a second look at it and then see how best we can, whether we are going to change him or we are going to change his role. I think where Martin is playing, we can also change Martin's position, putting Henry over there. I think it will look much better, and I believe once we are able to talk to them and then do that kind of changes or interchanging up positions, I think it was going to help us to get that.
Well, let's see what happens in the second half. We wish you the very best. Abdul Ghazali is the assistant coach of Hearts of Oak. Rashad Musa is also the assistant coach of Basake Holy Stars. I mean, if you pick a point here against Hearts, it's a good point. But would you say you want to be a bit daring in the second half?
Of course, yes. The idea is to keep them goalless in the first half, even though they have majority of the possession, but we have to keep them and then see what happens in the second half.
One of the weapons that you have in your team is Prince Cheneboa. He's not been in the game in the first 45 minutes. What kind of talk would you have with him to see that the second half he becomes more involved?
Yeah, we know Cheneboa very well, and we know what he's capable of doing. So we need his energy in the second half. So that's the reason we did not see him much in the first half. But in the second half, you definitely see Cheneboa coming into the game, possibly giving us a goal.
Confident he can win this
one. Confidently we can win this game.
Rashad Musa, assistant coach of Basake Holy.
Like Ghazali and then also Rashad Musa, they are respective coaches, assistant coaches for Accra Hearts of Oak and then also Basake Holy Stars. Quite, some different dynamics as to the tactical layout. But coach, we've heard from the assistant coaches and their point of view. But what do you make of Hearts of Oak, especially looking at the fact that they are not scoring, and it's been another frustrating first 45 for them?
Yeah, I think while the coach admits what they are not doing right, it means we're going to see something in the second half. It's all like I said. You must look at the strength of the weakness of the opponent, but it seems both teams are playing to the same strength. They've all identified the midfield to play around in the middle, but whatever it is now, the game is always made up of two halves. So once you believe you didn't do well in the first half, then you should be able to do well in the second half.
But have you been pleased with the quality of chances they've created? We've heard, during the cooling break, we heard from the coach, you are not pressing the way I want you to press, or how we learned it. But you press, you counter, react, you sometimes even create chances. Have you been pleased with how they've pressed and also created chances?
I don't know what the coaches said. They've even answered the question. When you look at Abdullah Ghazali, what they were expecting their players to do in the first 45 minutes, they didn't see that. When you speak to Rashad Su, he believes Cheneboa will have to come into the game more in the second half. So it means the two coaches have answered the question that in the first 45 minutes, what they are expecting from their upfront players, we are not seeing it in the game. It's true. The first 45 minutes, Cheneboa was a little bit slow. It was rather Simba who was coming deep to receive the ball from Issa Yakubu. Well, Issa Yakubu is not doing more running in the midfield. He's more of a deep line playmaker. He passes very well. He protects very well. But Simba comes in, receive the ball, try to locate the attackers. But In the first 45 minutes, my own question has been quiet. And of course, Trinidad has also been quiet. Maybe in the second half, it's a strategy. Away games, first 45 minutes, relax a little. Put pressure on the opponent in the second half because you frustrate the team because they will be eager to score in the second half. That is where the attackers will come into the game. Maybe it's a strategy from the Basake team. House of Folk, I'm not seeing Maoli Wayo. Hamza Issa, too much of the ball, but you're not adding anything to the attack of the House of Folk team. Martin Kakari should be the key man. Try to cut him from the right side and score for House of Folk. You need to add goals to his game. House of Folk in the first 45 minutes, having these 3 attackers still not scoring the game. I'm disappointed. Maybe in the second half, the first 15 of the second half, they should put more pressure on the Basake defense. They may score.
Coach, in the last 3 games at home for Hearts of Oak, goalless draw against James, goalless draw against Bichim, goalless draw against Bekum. And obviously, they ended the first 45 without scoring in all these games. And, if you're watching, I'm thinking, they are entering into the panic mood in the second half, or there's something that might change for them.
Another 15 minutes, if they are not careful, they will not be able to get a goal. Because once the brain works such a way that the brain will definitely bring the problem back. But this is what we are not able to do here. So if that is it, then it looks like this game is likely to end on a goalless haul. It looks like a small margin game. So whatever is happening now, it's just like I asked you what is happening at Adriana. I want to know because there's something you need to break. If you don't break it, it will repeat itself. So that is why House of Folk are finding it difficult now. And like Nana said, they are not relaxed. String the passes, get together, get to the 18 area and relax and kick the ball. They are too desperate. Everybody seems to be desperate, just kicking the ball around.
Now let's go around the other league centers. Let's have the results of the games going on, and interesting results. Now you look at the games that are going on concurrently alongside our featured match for the day. Diana drawing against 11 Wonders, and 11 Wonders, but you never know though. About 45 more minutes to play in that game. Kaila United won up against the Sante Kotoko. Then that game we all thought would have a huge impact on the title race, as at Wenchi currently, where Young Apostles are leading Gold Stars by 2-0. Shocking scoreline. And another one has to do with them also drawing against Horn United. And then Heart of Lounge, they've taken a 1-0 lead against Swedro or Blacks, goal scored by Michael Efson. Coach, you're looking at the results, and these are huge results that could have implications on the title race and then also the relegation dogfight.
I think the implication was 2. Either at the top or at the bottom. So there's an effect at the bottom now, where Young Apostles will move up, and will move up, and 2 teams will be.
Okay, Coach. So sorry, I'll have to interrupt you, but let's join the feed. The players are out; they are ready on the pitch, and we'll be back after the 90 minutes.
Opportunities. Hazabok dominating in possession and having more shots on target, but none of them with trouble. Dubi Kasitai looking forward to a very competitive second half.
Ball is very much expected to folk. We need a lot more agency. Creativity needs to be on high. Holy Stars knowing that they've managed to carve through the midfield of House of Folk in the final third, need to be making the right decisions, and it all builds on Quason, Semba and Cheboa together very best. I think this applies to Cheboa, must improve to give them any realistic chance of testing Benjamin Asari again.
Opokain takes a look at his watch. Now he's whistled for the second half to commence with Kakari stepping up for the Phobians. Here is Kakari. Boateng. Amankwa with a lovely dummy, swings in across. Jetia gets it away as Quason loses the ball to Mensah, who sends in a cross, and Henry Boateng miscalculated that header.
It's quite surprised, he couldn't understand why he was going for that ball without the right conviction. So that leap from the last defensive man gave him a bit of a worry, and that was from Emmanuel Kwame. That jump clearly putting Henry off there.
Amankwa's effort goes out for a goal kick to Holy Stars. Awkward clearance by Kwame. It's flicked away by Yakubu. Referee whistles advantage Holy Stars.
Another poor challenge there coming in. David Opoanfrani. Exactly, they shouldn't be giving some of these away, especially with the opponent half where they need to be testing them a lot more. You could see during the last temporary hold that Didi Dramani complained about their inability to press as instructed.
Strong challenge on Ali by Okran. Afrani nearly giving the ball away with a poor touch. Sorry, sends one in. Afrani, Ali, Kakari, Paku. He's got space and he's got Henry Boateng on his left. Boateng swings across in. Wayo is lurking. He goes in with that other flies over the bar.
It was quite a very distant delivery there. Francis Asante nearly had his pocket picked there by Wayo. Unfortunately, ball landing right on top of the head of Wayo instead on his forehead.
Hazabok looking dangerous, but again is the captain of the side. Ata defending so well. Kwame, Sylvester Simba.
Brilliant and intelligent, tearing away from his marker. Smart and cunning. So he keeps the ball close to him. Opoanfrani having difficulties. There was no way he was going to match his pace. Just bundled him down.
Ali's header. Kelvin Esibe. Amankwa simply just can't control, but it looked a good pass from Kelvin Osei. They're not sure they're on the same page.
Too heavy a pass. Amankwa tried his best. It wasn't enough to keep the ball in play. Looks like Hatterfolk want to go a bit stretchy and expansive the second half, knowing that the decision to go through the middle hasn't been effective.
Thanks to the resoluteness of Issa Yakubu and Jetia, who have played so well in that midfield, with occasional help coming from the man who is expected to be leading the attack, Okran. Amankwa's throwing. Flicked on by Hamza Issa. Away by Jetia. Ali returns it into the Holy Stars area. Hamza got something on it, but not troubling Holy Stars in any way.
Quite giving Holy Stars an opportunity to feel at home, to keep calm. That has always been the problem of Hatterfolk, not being able to punish visitors or ask lots of questions, probe their defensive area when they play at home.
Kwame can't keep it in. Hatterfolk have an advantage from the throw. Amankwa quickly spots Hamza's movement. Hamza is fouled by the Holy Stars captain Arthur, who disagrees with the call of Upokwain. Upokwain will have none of that. He's asking him to step away.
It's clearly a foul, and there's no way had to approach to make any complaints at all. Should be wary of Hatterfolk and their threats with these set pieces. Having both men who can just quickly step forward, cause havoc. Phobians would have loved to have Adamu around. Unfortunately, he's out.
Free kick Hatterfolk. Henry Kweku Boateng and George Parku steps up. Parku wins one in. Cleared away by Chenebois. We've not seen so much from him this afternoon. They are top scorer and best player. Boateng. Parku sends in a cross, cleared away by Asante.
Looks more like Hatterfolk has switched where Martin Kakari is playing more central. The second half pushing Boateng and Parku to the wide areas to double up.
Benjamin Asare comes up high on the pitch. Sends one looking for Hamza, stopped by Boazi. Parku. Amankwa. George Parku. It's a poor ball from Parku.
The idea was clear, but that is too heavy a touch. Pass Emmanuel Amankwa was never going to get onto that. They were disappointed. Twice he's made very good runs. And in both times, the passes to him have been very poor.
Foul on Chenebois by Emmanuel Amankwa.
Amankwa has really done a very good check on Chenebois this afternoon. He's had very little space to breathe.
Main reason he's failing to flourish in this game, Amankwa's alertness and keeping those close taps on him. Tai is out for it. Ten minutes, second half action done so far. At 55 minutes, no goals in Legon. Another foul for the Phobians.
Mano Kwame so making sure that this match is Boateng. It's a quick turn of pace there from Ransford Mensah. Clever touch, but there's hold of shots there. Reason why Kwame was punished against Henry Kweku Boateng.
Parku to Kakari. There's a foul against Henry Kweku Boateng for a deliberate push on Emmanuel Kwame.
There was quite a waste there. You could see the quick exchanges between the two before the free kick. Expected Kweku Boateng with his team on the offensive to remain focused on the ball rather than engaging in that tangling.
Iron whistles for a foul against Hartsorbok when indeed Holy Stars were on the offensive and had the advantage.
Also, he felt us a quick restart, but well, why did he stop the game? A little bit of confusion between himself and the assistant because the assistant could not see. Hey, then I felt if there was even an infringement, they were on the offensive.
Absolutely. Shocking decision. Here is Henry Boateng. Chance for Hartsorbok. Hamza. Awful. Awful from Hamza Issa.
He could have done better. Don't understand why he decided to go score, and you can see the surprise on the face of Solomon Awasi himself.
Demonstrating how he should have
exactly
played it.
He's a striker. He could have gone the first time across the face of goal.
Second time in the game he's drifting those balls to those tight angles, much to his own disadvantage.
When you do that, you go against the angle and it works against you. You cannot have a perfect effort. You can see from the bench the players, the substitutes, showing a little bit of concern.
SB110 has been asked to warm up. Hopefully he gets some minutes in this game. Here's Ali. Wayo beaten to it by Asante. Anywhere would do for Asante. He's having a fine game in this second half. Franz Asante. Just away possession. Afrani to Mensah. Kakari. Again, misplaced pass by the Phobians.
By surprise, David Oponfrani making an excuse there, but clearly he could have done better. That delivery.
And Afrani has gone down with Opokwine calling on the medical team to attend to him. David Oponfrani.
This doesn't look too good. Injuries have troubled him quite some games this season. Sure, Dramani will be thinking, let's quickly make an alteration to my team. As Rafael and Theophilus Collison on the bench to step into that role, should he want any player to keep the midfield stronger.
Ty's delivery. SCB heads it down. Here is Paku. Lose out to Issa. The foul against Paku.
Experience play there from Issa Yakubu.
Here is Sylvester Simba. Cheneboa makes the move. He's pacey and very tricky. Here is Cheneboa, but he just can't keep that one in. He's a goal kick.
Was caught in two minds. Expecting him to quickly send the ball, roll the ball back into the penalty area. But he spent too much time. By the time he raised his head, the ball had crossed the goal line.
Jetia for Okran. He's got Ali to contend with. Now Quayson caught napping on that occasion, but he's got possession again. Jetia, he's lost it out to Paku. That's deliberate. Opokwine waves play on right where he was standing.
The turn needs to be careful. He's already on a yellow card.
Kakari steers away from his marker. Here is Martin Kakari. Good drive forward. Hamza Issa, and flag is up against the Hartsorbok striker.
Fortunately for Hamza Issa, he quickly needs to read in between the lines. The run was too quick. He had already made steps. That was a good read of the situation there by goalkeeper Tai.
So Rafa Lamponsa rightly predicted by Kelvin, comes in for Opon Frane, like for like.
Exactly, a lot more steel. But he has that edge to also make progressions when he wins possession better than Opon Frane does, and I think that is what the Phobians have also been missing.
Holy Stars respond to the changes by the Phobians, coming up with their own substitution. Right in the middle of the park is Isa Yakubu, who makes way for Kofi Hagan.
Exactly, he's out of sorts, he's tired. There's experience, and you could see the gap in that midfield. Hatofuk were just tearing away from him easily.
He's been playing in the Premier League over a decade, Isa Yakubu.
Exactly. When Didi won back-to-back Premier League titles with Asante Kotoko, he was an integral member of that team.
He was in his elements before he joined from Liberty, one of those top performers during his days at Liberty. Henry Boateng. And Ponsan can't get back to Boateng. It's Okran. Puts 1-2 for Cheneboa, who goes ahead of Osei Esibe. Esibe fouls him, certainly a card. It will be interesting to see which color he will be flashing on the other box centre back. Adepokwine is yet to decide whether he's showing a card or not, but this is certainly a bookable offense.
Clever and intelligent from the diminutive forward. He knew exactly what he wanted to do. Got on to the ball in front of Esibe, and Esibe grabbed him. He was just tearing away from his marker. We know his pace. There seemed to be some communication between the officials there on what decision to take, whether it's a yellow card or a red card. Esibe will be lucky.
It's a red.
That's a rightful call.
Last man preventing what could have been a goal scoring opportunity for Cheneboa, and he gets the matching of orders. Early shower for Kelvin Osei Esibe. He's off for that clumsy challenge on Cheneboa.
He failed to read the situation well. Got behind his man. Just when the ball was dropping, he realized Cheneboa was going to be the first man onto that ball. It's quite unfortunate. Cheneboa, who has had very little in the game, gets in to make a decisive moment in favor of his team. Look at that. Clever with his diminutive figure. Got in front of SCB quicker.
But you're thinking Ali was arriving, so it was needless on SCB's part to have kept on pulling him back, because Ali clearly has got the pace to chase Cheneboa down, but SCB had to take the harsh decision and he's gone off.
Those are the elements in his game. Some moments he makes dreadful decisions that goes against his team, and he lost his focus and made another bad decision there.
Quayson will line up for this free kick. He steps back for Jetia, whose drive is blocked by Sylvester Simba, who was in an offside position.
It's quite a wasteful free kick delivered there by Holy Stars with the numbers. That's expected them to loop the ball into the penalty area instead of going for the drive. I'm not sure what Jetua was thinking to beat Benjamin Asare from that distance.
Hazabok have a numerical disadvantage. The big question is, can Holy Stars take advantage?
And Didi and his team seems to be unperturbed because they're still playing with 3 men at the back.
Now he needs to be careful what he intends to do with those substitutions coming up.
Well, Henry Kakubuati has drifted to the wide area on the right hand side of the fence, and Amankwa stepping in central.
Here's Ali Mensah onto Boazi. Here's Atta, clears the ball away. Amponsan. Wayos offside.
Oluwayo hasn't really timed his runs well. It was quite surprising where he's found himself so many times in offside positions.
Timely header from Mensah. Oluwayo gives the ball away, but he's lucky. The Phobians get a free kick after that challenge on Kakari.
It was quite a strong challenge there from Okran.
Timely from Tai.
Hasn't put a foot wrong, he seems very confident.
Okra onto that pass from Simba, swings in an early cross, and Amankwa steps up really well to prevent the ball from reaching Chuniboa.
Very good offensive work there from Emmanuel Amankwa, where the situation was had to slide in to make that quick interception. I think that was clever from Okra. He whipped the ball into the penalty area, as he knew Chuniboa was always going to make the run to that end. They quite understand themselves so well.
Here is Chuniboa. Paku. Tries to find Hamza with that pass, but Boazi will step up. Paku says he can't continue anymore, so Didi Dramani will be forced to tweak tactics and shuffle personnel on the pitch as well. But in the meantime, it is Duku and Kujo who are getting ready to step in.
So like why also going off, and that Bradrick would have to quickly come support with his president. Gordon Kujo will now step back into the defense.
Gordon Kujo will step in, playing central defense.
With Ali, but then Amankwa gets back into his position. Raphael and Martin Kakari will have a responsibility on them in that midfield. With support from Henry Kwakubuate. But then they would have
Duku's first involvement, and there's a foul.
That was the stamp there, too high.
So late challenge on the Holy Stars centre back.
That was quite nasty there. He needs to be careful. He can come into the game ragged. With a high foot, he's lucky to go scot-free.
Minutes. 10-man Hardzebok nil. Holy Stars nil. Final cooling break. An opportunity for Didi Dramani and Johnson Smith to send out some instructions with some more 20 minutes to go.
Johnson Smith, very much experienced at this point, knows that the numerical advantage will come for his team. But Didi Dramani, as we know, and these situations would go extremely pragmatic. We've seen this before just a couple of weeks ago at the Barra Sports Stadium, where he led his team with 10 men to beat Asante Kotoko by a goal to nil. And that game even lasted over 60 minutes, 65 minutes, with his team playing with 10 men. And at home, where they should feel more comfortable, I expect them to be able to weather the storm. It's a different opponent, an opponent that causes trouble against a manager who knows the league quite well and better than the manager he faced in Kumasi.
Dramani in full control here, taking advantage of the cooling break to send out some instructions to his 10-man Hazabuk side.
You can understand that the players telling them they should be communicating a lot more to make things easier for them.
And the Phobia and Tertiary have a hashtag that says the Ultras.
Well, hopefully they can match up to the Ultras we see.
Simba stayed on side, but the flag went up after a second look by the assistant referee.
And he was offside. Quaison was trying to tell him not to step up. I decided to go in for that ball. It's quite close. But Benjamin Asari did his best, coming out to head that ball away.
Amankwa's throw. Kofi Hagen's clearance for Holy Stars. Here is Samponsa. Rafael Mensah with an effort from the distance. Not too powerful. Asante to Koisen. Hazawoku take back possession. Here is Mensah. To Kakari in the middle. Back to Mensah. He's got space up front, but he needs to go past Jetua. Swings in across. Nobody is there for the Phobians, but that header by Emmanuel Kwame finds Kweku Boateng, who's giving it away.
It's quite a poor decision making there from Kweku Boateng. You know, he is tied. A number of decisions the second half hasn't been impressive. So that's December once again. A poor decision. Literally giving that ball away, expecting him to go simple.
Free kick for the Phobians.
The referee needs to quickly talk to the players before corner kick is executed.
Amankwa whips one in, and that's some timely header away.
It's a good read of the situation. But Francis Asante was never going to allow that. Boazi stepped in to make that quick clearance. Kujo and Ali were just waiting to latch onto that ball.
Opokan will calm down tempest before that corner is taken. Rafael and Ponson's corner swings one to the far post. Kujo heads it down. Hamza with an overhead kick, and it goes wayward.
Was trying to get something special out of nowhere. Execution was poor. Like any bit of accuracy that could cause problems for Basake Holy Stars. Contrasted Hagan rushing on, forcing him to make very bad connection to that ball.
Good run by Amankwa, but doesn't get across right. But what was Sylvester Simba thinking? Surprised that he took the decision to kick the ball in the manner in which he did it. He was aiming to kick it against Amankwa, I guess.
I don't know if that was the smartest decision. He's just giving a corner kick away easily.
Aimless.
That could cost his team.
He's not covered himself in glory with that clearance.
Looks like Duku and Arthur still having issues. The referee making the complaint.
Watson's corner. Hadzavok failing to make the most of this corner again after some poor defending by Holy Stars.
So quite the teasing one bounce right in front. Seems to have caught the arm of Duku before pulling down. Was he once again bouncing right in there? A good gather by Emmanuel Kwame to clear lines.
Gold Stars are being pummeled. They are down by 3-0 in Wenchi against Young Apostles. Mediama failing to take home advantage to extend their lead. Is 1-1 between them and Hallway. But here is Amponsa for the Phobians. Nope. Curtailed by the defense of Holy Stars. Asante Kotoko have Henriensu red carded and they trail Karela 1-0 in Tamale. With Hearts of Lions hanging on to their first half goal against All Blacks in Pando. Adriana have stepped up. They were being held by Wonders, but they are 2-0 up at this point with less than 15 minutes to go.
Interesting results. There hasn't been quite, second round. Cool for Mediama. I see they've been dropping points quite easily. Quite surprised now. United giving them a difficult time at the TNA. But that's some results from Young Apostles thumping Gold Stars.
Gold Stars only beat Azabok 2-1 last weekend. But they're getting nothing from that game in Wenchi. Here is Duku. Gets the corner from that touch by Emmanuel Kwame.
Duku causing lots of problems for the opponents with his pressing. He's injected lots of energy in attack for the Phobians, causing trouble inside the penalty area, winning lots of set pieces. The Phobians could make any of these count.
Amponsa's corner. Aliyah rise, but is fisted away by Tai, and that drive from Kakari just rising over the bar for a goal kick.
It's quite a very good drop there for Martin Kakari. Brilliant delivery there from Rafael Apota. Goalkeeper Tai came out, won it with that fist. Kakari, quite a decent strike, landing right onto the laces of his boots. But off target. He could be lucky next time.
Simba. Cheneboa. Quaison. Jetua. Cross in by Asante, nobody in green, and Amankwa will head it down for Asari. 80 minutes at the University of Ghana Stadium in Legon. No goals. Hazbok are playing with a numerical disadvantage after Kelvin Osesibi was sent off for that clumsy tackle on Cheneboa.
The Phobians are doing their best. That with 10 men they can still create a lot more. They don't look like a side with a man down. Martin Kakari looks like playing from a more favorable role.
Watson's delivery aiming at Amankwa. Cuts back for Amponsa. Swings in across. Down by Atta, cleared away by Simba. Only as far as Kujo for the Phobians. He gets to Amankwa down the right side. Amankwa has failed to control the ball rightly as Azabok concedes a throw.
Those are the focus and concentration that you can see from Amankwa. A bit disappointed.
Jetia, Kofi Hagan, Sylvester Simba, here is Emmanuel Kwame, can't find Cheneboa with that pass, stopped by Amankwa now, Kakari.
So the connective force for Holy Stars. Sylvester Simba seems a bit tired. Quayson seems to be out of sorts.
Here is Cheneboa, tries to play the 1-2 with Quayson, but Ali reads it really well.
Just when I was starting to question Quayson, tried to give a moment of brilliance, but Ali, right place at the right time. Make it an excellent interception. As much as Asofok will be looking for the 3 points, should be careful not to leave the area too open.
Surprisingly, Asofok have drawn 10 times this season. This will be the 11th draw if they don't find anything from this game after 90 minutes.
Look at that challenge that is quite woeful for a team who want to win the league. And a lot of them have been goalless draws.
Yeah, that's why they've got the best defense in the Premier League with less goals conceded than any other team. So confirmation of Sylvester Simba's substitution is off for Cosmos Mafu.
It's been long overdue. I think it was out to source after the 60th minute. When Artefort got the red card, he should have been substituted.
Kakari delivers. Ali with a chance for the Phobians. Can they get a goal? Nope, the flag is up. Decision in favor of Holy Stars, much to the displeasure of Agbasi, the reserve goalkeeper.
But I think Gordon, this is just a bit far away from Ali. Could blame the referee too much. That was it. Once the ball bounced, he was in an offside position. That's a very good call. And you can see he understands the rest of the Phobian team probably kept their eyes off his positioning. He was offside.
Final 6 minutes will be very crucial for Didi Dramani. Looks on with the 10 men aiming to conjure some magic before the final whistle.
This is the moment you expect your team to keep the focus, not to lose any bit of concentration, and make sure that every minute counts, every minute is important. He will know that his team needs to keep a bit of pressure off them. No credit to Artefort, even with 10 men, they still play. And the numbers are equal. That has been the strength of this team, keeping their shape, regardless the deficiency in numbers.
5 more minutes to go. Hartsabok drawing goalless with Holy Stars at the University of Ghana Stadium. If it ends this way, that will mean the Phobians have gone 4 games without a win.
That will be quite surprising for a team that nearly have come close to catching up on the leaders, who have dropped lots of points in the last 5 weeks. It's quite unfortunate.
Has in taken advantage of the slips. Quaison, chance for Holy Stars. Can they score? Quaison again. Asari to the rescue of the Phobians. Brave goalkeeping by the Azabok shot stopper. He's injured himself in the process. That was a big chance for Quaison to have converted.
Look at that ball bounce right in front of him. Ranford was late. Rode through the challenge. Skid past Ali. Brave goalkeeping there. Benjamin Asari coming right out, making himself big. Quaison probably could have hit the ball the first time. But Benjamin Asari, letting his experience count that moment, showing clearly he is Ghana's number one, the safest pair of hands for Hartlepool.
Saved Azavok on numerous occasions, and this was crucial, but Quaison knows he should have done better.
He's very much disappointed. He could see his gesture push after missing glorious opportunity. He failed to lift his head, raise his head, and by the time he raised his head, goalkeeper Benjamin Asari was already there.
The ultras from the Phobians would not mind how the game is panning out. They are still in some mood. Not too sure Asari will be exiting. Sinat Basi walking, making his way onto the bench. Kofi Hagen. Cheneboa. Hagen. Could just touch for a throw into Holy Stars.
There seems to be an urgency from Holy Stars. They know any bit of pressure on the Phobians, they will be able to get a goal, an ultimate match winner.
Mensah gives the ball away. Cosmos Mafu. Asante trying to pick out Jetia. Amponsan steps up really well for the Phobians, and they've conceded another throw.
Hartlepool seem to be on the back foot now in the final minutes of the game. They wouldn't want to concede this late, but Basake Holy Stars taking everything to them.
Foul on Mensah. Oh, United in the lead against Mediama in Takwa. 2-1.
It was quite surprising result. Raheem Tanko will be fuming. The kind of dip Mediama has faced in the last 6 games.
Maybe they are degassing.
Quite surprising.
They are degassing after that impressive start to the season, but you don't lose points in that manner if you really want to win the league. It got to a point they took a 9-point lead on the log.
They started off too brightly, seem to be out of sorts. Quite surprising they have some of the best materials locally.
It's fair to say they've got the best assembled team in the Premier League this season. 5 additional minutes being confirmed by Abdul Latif Adari, the 4th referee. We've done 90 already in Legon. The Premier League will take a break for FA Cup games next weekend. And so the Phobians will next play against Hearts of Lions in Pando. Difficult terrain. Holy Stars will welcome Young Apostles. Cheneboa has come central, but he's lost possession. Here is Hamza Isa. Cosmos Malfo's delivery is feeble and is straight to Asari.
There's no way he beat Benjamin Asari from that position. Needs to be a bit more careful.
Kakari Hazebok have lost possession again. Quason stepping up his game in this final minutes. He finds Okran, who has got Ali to beat. Ali is able to get a tackle on, but Quason's effort takes a deflection and goes straight to Asari. Cosmos Marfo, chance for Holy Stars. Here is Okran. How did he miss this one? Indecision on the part of Okran.
Terrible finishing. That was quite surprising. Okran had every moment to take his time and find the target. It's quite surprising from that position. He failed to even hit the target. Holy Stars are just throwing all their chances into the bin.
Quason picks out Iman or Kwame. Jetua with the drive, but the flag is up. The ball was right in an offside position.
He's always been finding himself in offside position. Brilliant piece of play there from Holy Stars, but unfortunately they haven't made the dominant possession and numerical advantage count.
Esubontin is in for Hamza Isa. Didi Dramani has thrown in his final card. We see how he goes.
Look at that pass, brilliant in there. Quason, first touch, letting him down. But why in the rush at that particular moment when he could have taken his time to find Cheneboa, who was waiting at far post for that ball? Chance wasted.
Eduana might leapfrog Hazebok to the third spot, with all these Stars staying on 11th, but they get 33 after a point from this game. But there's so much to play for in the final minutes of stoppage time, as another opportunity is fluffed by the Phobians. It's a goal kick to Holy Stars.
Opportunity for Artefographo. Didi wanted something better from that moment. Emmanuel Lomonkwa feeding off. Raphael not too strong at the initial moment, wanted a corner kick for that.
Asari sends one in. Ali flicks it. Flag is up for offside against the Phobians. It was Inoke Subontin.
Because he's clearly not the happiest moment there from Didi Dramani, but I think it was quite close.
Very close.
Very close. The assistant referee might have missed it, but I think Rashford was onside there.
Opokwine has blasted his whistle for the end of the game, much to the disappointment of the Hazebok fans, who are yet to see their club win in their last 4 games. Another draw for the Phobians, making it 11 this season. And Didi Dramani very frustrated by the turn of events. Same for Ali Mohammed. They did all they could. They had a red card to Kelvin Osei, but that seemed to have slowed them down a bit. Ali comes up with a man of the match performance, but certainly know what he'll be looking forward to. He wanted the maximum points, and Holy Stars have given themselves some. Legon, they increased, the tempo in the second. The first half with 48 against Hazebok's 52, 4 shots on target each. Esibe gets a red card to put Hazebok in a disadvantaged position. And again, Hazebok have disappointed in front of their fans. Full time at the University of Ghana Sports Stadium in Legon. Hazebok nil, Basake Holy Stars nil.
So the story after 90 minutes is that Accra they dropped 2 valuable points as far as the title race is concerned. They could only settle for a very, very frustrating 0-0 draw against Basake Holy Stars. It's as if you could tell the end from the beginning, the Heart of Oak, after drawing their last 3 home games prior to this one by a 0-0 scoreline. Certainly, the likelihood of a 0-0 draw in this game was certainly on the card, and the Phobians they made sure that one materialized, dropping points despite the fact that they had a man sent down. Kelvin Osesbe was sent off in the second half. That couldn't also help them gain a win in this one. So I'm still here in the studios with Nanid and also Coach Vincent Abi. What a game it was, Coach. But then again, you've spoken about the fact that when you approach a game this way, then certainly if you don't take risk, you end up not winning the maximum point.
They decided not to take risks. They sat back, and Basake was able to run at them. That was what resulted in the yellow card and the red card, because your defense line is broken now, and there was no option. And I think, but this is where you realize that the player just panicked because Ali came in latter part. You destroy the player. It's part of the game. But once you call the distraction, you leave the player to go, so the next player picks the ball. Yeah. But I think he never watched and realized that, okay, let me go in. So he knew. I was telling Anedu, he knew it was a red card. I would have been surprised if the yellow card could have been given. Yeah, so I think House of Folk defense, to watch their defensive structure. But this was an advantage for them to move, especially with the scoreline coming from between Kokwe and
Mediama
Sporting Club. And House of Folk have taken advantage. But I think they are here to face the UG estate to break that particular gene. If they don't come with that effort, that energy, they might be playing around. We might not see anything apart from drawing games. So once a particular result is happening, you must take a bold step to be able to make sure you get a win. But today, I think even in the second half, the performance was not good like I expected.
And 4 straight draws for Accra Hearts at home. 4 scoreless draws. 0-0 against Dreams, 0-0 against Bechim United, 0-0 against Bekum Chelsea. Then Basake Holy Stars also add up to that list, 0-0. What is happening to the club at this point? What do you think they're going through?
It's all about goal scoring. Even the 4 straight draw games, I would say Hearts of Oak were even lucky in those games. Remember the game against Dreams FC? The goal Razak Salifu scored. I thought that goal was a perfect goal from Dreams FC. Remember their game against Bekum Chelsea? Bekum Chelsea were missing a lot of chances in the second half. Look at today's game. Chenebua in the second half. The coach said it in the halftime that Chenebua were coming to the game in the second half. In the first 20 minutes of the second half, because of Chenebua, Kelvin Osesbe was red carded in the game. So it was like it was a plan. The coach knew first 45 minutes, took the pressure. They will be frustrated in the second half, put pressure on their defense. And SCB and Ali, when the goals are not coming, they will move forward, try to join the midfielders, because the defensive midfielder in Opuafani will drop in between the 2 centre backs. So it gives SCB and Ali Mohammed to go forward. And I think that is why SCB went forward. Coming back, Chenebua took advantage over him and he got a red card. So they did their best in the game, especially in the second half, to get that particular draw in the game.
All right, so that's it. After 90 minutes at the University of Ghana Stadium, Basake Holy Stars holding Accra Hearts of Oak to a goalless draw. That is the 4th straight time Hearts of Oak has drawn the game in the last 4 games at home. They are yet to win any of those games, and fascinating or shockingly, they are also yet to score in any of their last 4 home games. So the post-match analysis here on Max TV. We head for a commercial break. When we are back, we'll break down the plays and take a look at what happened, key moments in the game.
Oh yeah, come on. Let me hear you.
Puma Drinks, a whole new vibe. Another quality product from Casa Precon.
This advert is FDA approved.
I want to watch the match. Even watches Ghana football these days.
Do you know Charles Taylor?
The president.
Charles the Terror Taylor. He terrorized defenses with his dribbles. Who know Don Bote? His scrimmage at the stadium. Basake for the general, lifting up trophies. Stephen Odo was orchestrating the game. The legends of yesterday, they have paved way for the heroes of today. Do you know the Ghana Premier League?
No, Dad.
It's our game, it's our pride. And you watch it now live every weekend from now on.
Catch the Ghana Premier League live this and every weekend.
Welcome to Max by.
Babe, me sending messages.
Hey Jerry, this your phone. What is this?
Babe, relax. Today is the day I turn water into wine. We're in the promised land. Max Bar is here to save us, okay? Don't worry, I'm coming.
Make sure you don't embarrass me like you did the other time at the chopper. Oh, Mama, I am pulling.
Welcome to Max Buy.
You're welcome to Max Buy, Ghana's #1 electronic retail store with brands like Tecno, Itel, Infinix, iPhone, Oraimo, Edifier, and Synix. We have over 40 shops nationwide, a convenient payment plan, online shopping, and home delivery. How may I help you?
You know, my queen deserves the best. Show me your top gadget here.
That was the same thing you said at the shoe shop the other time. I heard Jerry!
Madam, don't worry. At Max Buy, we have everything for everyone in every budget.
Babe, imagine our anniversary selfies with this Tecno Camon 30S. Everybody would think that we are Ghana's Jay-Z and Beyonce.
Welcome to Max Buy.
Power couple, papa.
Power couple, our phone into power.
Max Buy has flexible payment plans for us.
Oh yes, you can pay in installments.
Hey, Yakuya, and who said this is your?
At Max Buy, we've got it all. Mobile phones, smart TVs, air conditioners, kettles, microwaves, blenders, and more.
What's your payment plan? When are you going to start chasing me for it?
Relax, Jerry. Max Buy makes it convenient for everybody. You can pay daily, weekly, or monthly. Just focus in making Madam happy. That's all. With over 40 shops nationwide, flexible payment plan, online shopping, and home delivery.
Welcome to Max Buy.
Away.
And the goalless draw in our featured match of the day, match week 25 in the Ghana Premier League. Accra Hearts of Oak, they have drawn for the fourth time in a row at home, and this time it was Basake Holy Stars that frustrated the Phobians to that goalless stalemate at the University of Ghana Stadium. And you could hardly tell if Hearts of Oak are still in the title race or not. Now let's cross over back to the EG Stadium because the coaches have had their say after that poor Satan goalless draw.
Coach, another frustrating afternoon for your side. First of all, your general assessment of the game.
I think that we knew that the opponent will surely sit back, and so we knew that we will control greater part of the events, and then we're so much concerned about how we can utilize the spaces that we are able to utilize to make the right decisions. More importantly, very key moments, and I think that the result is what we found because we were not purposeful in terms of those key areas. We didn't make the right decision.
impacted the entire 45 minutes or the second 45 minutes?
Of course, it's always better to play with a numerical strength rather than to play with a numerical disadvantage. And surely you were going to pay for it because the energy depletion was going to be greater, and because we played greater part of the minutes without a goal would have motivated us to still do some key aspects. We're still very positive that we're playing to win, not to draw.
Now your team has been great with the set pieces in recent weeks, but today you had numerous set pieces and you didn't utilize them.
Yeah, sometimes you need to credit the opponent too, that maybe they defended well or we didn't put in the right executions, and then we missed the timing and the movements.
Next week, FA Cup, you have a rest. What do you need to work on going into match day 26?
So many things in the team.
Like
so many things that I keep to myself, and then I think that decision making is a whole part of the institution, and so it's a lot that you do, and then the player, he has to make the decisions. The problems that come in the game, we don't solve them, the players who solve. And so we give them the cues, we give them the scenarios, but when it comes to the test, they have to execute it. And so we'll keep working on this.
Well, we'll see what happens, but I wish you the very best, Coach. Masoud Didi Dramani, he is the head coach of Heart of Folk there. A frustrating afternoon for his side as they've drawn goalless with Basake Holy Stars. It means that Heart of Folk have now gone 4 games here at the University of Ghana Sports Stadium without a win. They drew against the likes of Dreams FC, Brekum Chelsea, and Bechem United. And today they've drawn against that is Basake Holy Stars. Joseph Smith will be joining me, or has joined me right now. He is the head coach of Basake Holy Stars. Coach, first of all, are you pleased with the results?
I'm very, very, very pleased with the results.
But when the Heart of Folk went down by a man, I mean, you saw lots of the ball. Do you think you could have done a bit more to win this game?
Truly, because we prepared. When you are coming here, you prepared well, because we respect all the teams, but we are not afraid of anything.
Yeah. Now in the first half, you won the midfield battle completely. One of the most experienced players in your team, Issa Yakubu, did brilliantly. How would you describe his performance today?
Because he was injured during our last match, so we decided to start him. If he doesn't go on well, then we change him.
Yes, now you've gotten a very good result here, a positive result. Next week it's FA Cup, so you have a rest. But what needs to change about the team going into match day 26?
Okay, it's all about my ability to change players. That's what I have been doing, because I like a team that is down, so that I can bring the team up.
Genuinely, do you think or do you believe that Basake Holy Stars will survive relegation?
Yeah, we will survive.
Joseph Smith, he is the head coach of Basake Holy Stars, and he believes that they will survive. He's happy with the point. The most valuable player in today's game, Ali Mohammed, is joining me shortly. Ali, another afternoon, and then we'll buy a previous and then a hard team now.
First of all, there's the mouth of Punakopon. Also, share a fight, a possible best. Say the baby, you win, but and to me, I'm back. Oh, share take chances, Papa, saying, I mean,
second half, what shall I say? Now we create chances. No, o partner at the back. I'll say, be any red card. On your red card, no, and no send it to me hard team, no.
So, share now my team cop pressing more. Need to go high, because share never say high pressing. Second half, no, by record Bali, so my is the pay back at the next middle to share a fatty team can but for the same as the
we team more utilize set pieces pa by na dia munya yen nyina na mo bogusa aden
so share yen bia se na yo en chain organize na ye pin se be born intem o share na se yen lugu ti no yen bia na like ye pin intem ti na ma organize
fans na dia won't give it up, they still come in their numbers. A message now they going into the rest of the season.
First of all, Ebedomasi, because share a last match you lose here, but not share attendance now a massive Edomasi pa a disappointing but and also Edomasi because Edomasi next week the next game never say.
So head coaches of both sides there together with the most valuable player in the game, Muhammad Ali, the four-shirted man for Heart of Oak, there with their thoughts about the game. And I'm still here with Coach Visatabu and then also Daniel. Coach, you've listened to both coaches, and yeah, the post-match always gives you an indication, you know, how these coaches are taking the results emotionally and, you know, preparation towards the next game. But for Didi, you think this is where the pressure starts setting in for him?
Definitely, naturally. Like I told you, prior to the game, before the game, you could feel he's a little bit under pressure, and just after the game, you still feel there's pressure.
Yeah.
And I feel if he doesn't manage it very well, and there's a lot of load on the players, they might be getting this. From what Ali said right now, I don't know why you should have your own set pieces plan, and you said you are desperate, and you are eager, you are in a hurry. It means you don't trust your process. As much as you need the goals, you should take time and execute the set pieces very well, because it has become another weapon of yours. The corner kick were desperately taken, and the ball doesn't get to the target man. The free kick they got around the 35 area there. Why are we in a rush? Because we know who takes it from the left, who takes it from the right. So I think there's that kind of pressure in the dressing room that we need to win. That early goal thing he said about, there's nothing like early goal where you can really plan that I am going to get an early goal. You must work for it and create a scoring path. So I think that from the next game, at least there's a little bit of break for them. They should be able to relax and work on that. And it will be better, it will be good for them. With Johnson Smith, like I told you, he does it simple. He coaches simple.
Yeah.
You know, once you train the question, he has his own answers. He will give you, and his own answers also suit exactly what you want to hear. So I think he came with a plan, like Nadedo rightly said, he came with a plan. The first half worked to perfection. Even the second half worked to perfection. They got 3 chances.
Yeah.
Only one should have resulted in a goal, but they were also showing the same panicking moment. But I think it is the game that was an improved second half compared to the first half. I think I prefer the second half than the first half we watched.
Then Accra Hearts of Oak, 7 draws at home. And guess what? The only team that Hearts of Oak has won more home games than is 11 Wonders. Hearts of Oak in 12 home games, they've won just 4. And all the remaining teams, barring 11 Wonders, have won more than 4 home games this season. And they've drawn a league high 12 games this season. Now, can you win the league with these numbers?
No. You know, with these numbers at home, I don't think you are ready to win the Premier League. Out of the 12 games that you are saying, you've lost 1 to Asante Kotoko. Drawn 7. And look at the games that you've drawn against Hohoe United, Pandu Heart of Lions, Bebieni Gold Stars, Bechem United, Brekum Chelsea, Dreams FC, now Basake Holy Stars.
Wow.
These are games I think House of Folk need to get a 3 point if they really want to win the Premier League. Because the draw game is not against Mediema, it's not against Kotoko. So these are games, it's not against Adriana Stars.
Yeah.
So these are games you need to find a way to get the maximum 3 points. At least, if you want to win the Premier League. House of Folk, this particular season, they have 3 things that is working for them this season. They have the best goalkeeper in the league, who's the Blasters number 1. They have the best centre back in the league now, in Ali Mohammed. And they have the best centre back pair in Ali Mohammed and Kevin Osiesibe. That is the only thing that is working for House of Folk. We are regressing threatening midfielders and average attack. The midfielders in the House of Folk team, David Opuafrane, George Parku, Rafael Amponsa and the likes. They may even go to Hohoe United. I will not guarantee them starting place. Hamza Issa, Mauli Wayo, Martin Kakari. They may even go to Bechem United. I will not guarantee them starting play, because look at the Basake up front. Sylvester Simba, Cheneboa, Kwesi. All the 3 players are better than the Heart of Folk current front today. Wow. That is Basake Holy Stars. So the attack and the midfield are relegation threatening players, but the central defense and the goalkeeper are title winning players. That's why Mediama is ready to give Kevin Osiesibe 20,000 Ghana cedi amount to move to Mediama, because they've realized their problem in their team is the midfield and the attack. When they get Kevin Osiesibe to come and join Yusuf Mubarak, with Felix Chess as their goalkeeper, they can go to Africa Raw. So Hearts of Oak, they know their problem. Maoli Wayo scored 7 goals last season. That was the top scorer in the Hearts of Oak team. This particular season, the same player has scored 5 goals. They are top scorer. So you know your problem from last season. You've entered this season with the same problem in the team.
Wow.
So they know their problem. That is why they are going through this. Because playing at home, 12 games, 7 draw games. You are not ready to win the Premier League.
Yeah, and to add more salt to your wounds, Hearts of Oak are the lowest scoring side at home this season. 6 goals in 12 games. That alone is not even
averaging 2 games, 1 goal.
That's just bad. But let's go around the other matches. Interesting results. See, I think match week 25 could go down as the best week in the Ghana Premier League this season. Now, you look at the games played today. Hearts nil, Basake nil. Ediana beat 11 Wonders by 2 goals to 0. Kayala United inflicting more pain on Kumasi Asante Kotoko and their interim coach, Prince Owusu. Then, Young Apostles defeated the Bieni Gold Stars by 3 goals to 0. And look at our results at the TNA. Mediama won, Hohoi United 2. Mediama missing a penalty in that game and losing for the first time at home this season to Hohoi United. Heart of Lions also beating Sojo All Blacks. So it means technically that the top 4 teams failed to win. All the top 4, all the teams in the top 4 entered into match week 25 failed to win a game. Hearts, Mediama, Gold Stars, and then also Kumasi Asante Kotoko coach.
Yeah. I think that makes the league interesting. Where the teams, it tells you how our teams are struggling. Like I told earlier on, the gap between our teams, they are just on the same line. With a little experience, you can win your game. However it stands now, I think the advantage is playing BBNA. Because next week they are playing home.
Yeah.
And definitely they are winning.
Vision FC.
Yeah, that game is a tight game, but I think they'll do one run away, maybe last minute.
If you're able to beat Hearts of Oak, you should be able to beat Vision.
Yes. Then you are playing Dreams FC away. It's a tall mountain to climb. So Mediama right now is going to climb a glass mountain. It's a glass mountain where there's a little bit of water on it. How do you climb it? Because coming here, your best might be draw.
That is why I always have problem with the Football Association as to the kind of matches they show to Ghanaians. Simple. Next weekend game, match week 25. The 2 games that need to be live on TV is those 2 games.
Vision,
Gold Stars. And obviously Dreams FC, Mediama. For now, if they are showing at least 2 games, those games need to be live.
Wow.
The Football Association, in collaboration with the broadcaster, told us every season they are giving us 3 games. Every weekend they are giving us 3 games.
Yeah.
So if they are showing at least 2 games, that should be where they need to show the games. They can add Kotoko and Hearts for popularity's sake. No problem. But those are the games that need to be shown on TV for Ghanaians to enjoy.
They will define.
We are here discussing games, but we don't know what is going on in Tamale. All we know is Kotoko has won by 1 goal. Kotoko has lost by 1 goal. We don't know what is going on in Winchi. All we know is Young Apostle won by 2 goals to 0. We don't know what is going on in other places. Look at Sojo All Blacks against Pando Heart of Lions in Pando. Interesting game. Look at the games in the Premier League. That is why me personally, I have problem with the Football Association. I don't know whether they take 100% responsibility as to the kind of games they are showing, or they are in collaboration with the broadcasters. But the most important thing Ghanaians want to see is games with interest. That is what we want to see on TV. You don't just choose games
randomly.
You just choose games that has interest for Ghanaians. Look at the games that we're talking about. Dreams FC against Mediama in Tuba. Either the coverage will go there or they'll move the game to the US of Ghana Sport. Because Dreams FC have used that venue before.
Yeah.
Vision FC against Bebiani Gold Stars. We've shown live games for Bebiani. So these are games that Ghanaians want to watch on TV.
Coach, let's look at the table now. But Mediama are winless in their last 5 games. Winless. And that's the form for you. Mediama Sporting Club are yet to win any of their last 5 games in the Ghana Premier League. But this is how it looks now. And it's still 1 point after Mediama and Gold Stars lost. Now, Hearts of Oak should be on 41 with the Accra Hearts of Oak. It's supposed to be 42 points for Hearts of Oak. But then you have Idiana also winning. Then Hearts of Oak also join as we speak. Then Asante Kotoko also in 5th place. Kaila United, Sabatex, Nations FC, and then also Idiana Football club. So we look at the bottom three, and let's talk a bit about the relegation dogfight. Now, after Hoko United won, that has catapulted them all the way to 14th place. Heading into match week 25, they were in the drop zone. Now you look at Young Apostles, 30 after that win. Now we have new teams in the drop zone. There's Swedro of Blacks, there's become Chelsea, coach.
That makes it difficult, and I think next week, next 2 weeks, right? It's going to be an interesting week again. Because whatever happens next week, we'll start redefining the league again. Hoko will play an away game. No, home.
We're playing home.
I don't know play 2 away if you can.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
They'll play another away game.
They'll be at home, I'm sure.
They'll be at home.
Yeah.
So if they're at home, then it gives them an advantage. All Blacks is also going home now to make sure they play that particular point. House of Folk is going to House of Folk will be playing
Lions. They'll be in Pando to play.
House of Folk will be in Pando.
Yeah, to take on Lions.
In Pando.
Without
Kevin or CSB.
Yeah.
So I think the down is taking a shape, and like Danedo rightly said, if All Blacks are not careful, they might be.
But I told you the last time.
Yes.
One will come from the southern side. One will come from the Bonga Hafu.
So there's already 11 wonders going down, aren't they? And 11 wonders technically.
No. After 11 wonders. I said after 11 wonders.
Okay.
It's between All Blacks and Hawaii. And it's between Young Apostle and Bekum Chelsea.
Okay.
Now, Hawaii moves out of the relegation zone, All Blacks comes in. Young Apostle moves out of the relegation zone, Bekum Chelsea comes in.
Yeah.
If there will be a change, those two teams will change from next week.
Wow.
So one will come from the southern side, one will come from the Bonga Hafu side to join Division 1.
Wow. Okay. It's wrap up time. Thanks so much, gentlemen. Coach Vincent,
but what you are saying, it means next weekend there will not be any Premier League.
No, there won't be.
No. To be honest, where the league is heading towards, I'm pleading with the Football Association.
Okay.
The teams who are not playing in the FA Cup, they should play their Premier League games. And the teams who will be playing in the FA Cup should play in the midweek.
Okay.
Because there are a lot of things going on in the Ghana Premier League. You know it. When the league enters this stage, last 10 games, last 9 games, last 8 games, there are so many things that goes into games.
Yeah.
So having 2 weeks break before another Premier League game, I'm not really comfortable with it.
Wow.
As somebody who has been closer to the league, I know what I'm talking about.
Okay.
The Football Association is aware.
And just like I was telling you,
okay,
All Blacks is playing Hoko
next weekend.
That's next match week. Yes. Yes. So a weekend like this, we should have about 3, 4, 5 games live on TV.
That's a matter we can discuss.
A game like Straight All Blacks and Hawaii United, you cannot tell me it should be on TV.
It's a defining moment for the league.
Absolutely.
Because we talk about that.
Game against Mediama. Maybe any goes against BC. When the Heart of Lions against House of Folk. These are games that need to be live on TV.
Okay, thank you very much. This is where we call it a wrap on this presentation. It's been just an amazing time with the gentlemen in the studios. Coach Vincent Tabiu, and then also to Nanedu. It was a live coverage of the GPL match week 25 game between Accra Hearts and Basake Holy Stars, which ended in a pulsating goalless draw. My name is Josiah Okokwe. Thanks so much for watching. See you next time. Bye.